we're going to have an impressive atmosphere for the Bald Eagles to wrestle in front of.
Well, last year, Lock Haven won 23-14 against then number 12 Arizona State. Lock Haven captured 6 of 10 bouts in that one, and one of the highlights of it was a Luke Warner pin in 6:40, and that led into the intermission. This year should be a traditional 125 up to 285 structure for the event. Last year, 165 was last, as Coach Zeke Jones for Arizona State and Scott Moore for Lock Haven wanted to conclude with the Chance Marsteller Josh Shields showdown of 2 top 5 nationally ranked guys. You don't have that kind of level of just marquee matchups this year, I guess you could say. There are some very talented wrestlers on both sides of the mat and 2 very deep rosters. When looking through, John, just in your preparation, what stood out to you about Navy's side?
I guess on the Navy side, what stood out to me was at first glance, you look at the records, and then you start digging a little deeper, and you see that those records aren't really reflective, just given the strong competition that they've faced already this season with Wisconsin, Penn State, which were their 2 losses at dual meets and teams. But in the tournaments they were in, the Navy Classic, there was just a lot of really good competition. So when you look at the records, the individual records, they aren't really reflective of how strong these kids really are. So I think there's going to be a lot of really even matchups here down through the lineup, and it's going to be a tough competition for the Bald Eagles.
Navy comes here, gives their guys a chance to wrestle here and then attend the Army-Navy football game tomorrow at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. But for now, it's all about what's going down on the mats. If you want to get a visual of what tonight should be like, go to our Facebook page, Bear Country Radio 99.9 WQBR on Facebook, and we recorded a little something before this one started. But more pre-match coverage ahead. My conversation with Coach Scott Moore. Also on the horizon, Lock Haven University Wrestling and Navy. That's a matchup tonight down at Red Lion Area High School, with the first bout slated for 7 o'clock here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Coming right back from Red Lion. The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall. 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services, or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we give you this magic music, which will inspire the perfect hire to begin clog dancing. Okay, there's no magic music, but skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin back with you at Red Line Area High School down in District 3, where Lock Haven University Wrestling is slated to face Navy here at the top of the hour. And looking around, star-studded affair, Chance Marsteller, Lock Haven's two-time All-American, just swung by. We might have him on the broadcast here in a little bit. Looking forward to chatting with him. But we mentioned it before, John, just the atmosphere here. It is electric, and as fans start to file in more and more, it should make for a good environment for some Division I wrestling, where Lock Haven's trying to capture its first dual meet victory of the year. Last week did not go well against the Central Michigan Chippewas. There were 3 major decisions from Lock Haven's end, but 7 out of 10 bouts were lost. Where do you think Lock Haven has the biggest area to grow heading into this one, John?
It's just coming out ready to wrestle. It's ready to be aggressive, go after the opponent, score some points, and come out of there with the victories down through the lineup. Some of the big guns there, had some disappointing go of it last week. So they just need to come out and wrestle their match and come out with the victory. And just to mention, you mentioned Chance Marsteller. I also spotted former Bald Eagle and former 4-time Pennsylvania State champ Thomas Haynes down in the crowd as well.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch up with Thomas yet. I figured he would be here. He's a Solanco graduate in Lancaster County, Chance from this area as well. So we'll try to see who we can get on the broadcast. Imagine a lot of people are here to take this one in, and Chance is going down there, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that good stuff right now. But Lock Haven, as we mentioned, trying to get back on track. And Coach Scott Moore talked about it Tuesday when I spoke with him, and you'll hear it shortly in our pre-match interview. The nationally ranked guys got to come out, and some of them were able to win matches on Friday against Central Michigan. But all in all, Lock Haven needs its top performers to rebound this week, and they have a good opportunity to do it against a Navy team that's already pretty battle-tested. 5 duels for the Midshipmen, and 2 of them against top 10 teams in Penn State and Wisconsin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, with Shoop, he's going to have to bounce back, I think, and he's going to have a tough test with the kid Cody Tribus, who he's already wrestled and prevailed with a 4-3. Obviously, a close win there. So it's not going to be an easy task for him to bounce back here. At 65 or 57, Clucker. He has a game opponent in Scout's schedule. Scout was 7-6. He lost to Bo Pfeiffer from Penn State in that dual meet. So it's not going to be an easy task for him either. But both of them need to come back and just wrestle their match and hopefully come out with a victory.
Yeah, and as you talked about, Penn State already got to face Navy, and that one, predictably, just because how Penn State typically wrestles in dual meets, went 45-0, but Penn State was close in a few different areas, and one of them especially, which is a wrestler to focus on this evening, is at 197, where a local kid that's wrestling for Navy, not Lock Haven, Jacob Kozar, freshman from Dillsburg, Northern York High School, where he was teammates with Lock Haven's now redshirt senior Jonathan Ross. He nearly was able to knock off Penn State's third-ranked wrestler Kyle Connell, but it was a 4-3 loss for Kozar. Right. So there's a lot of talent on this Navy team, and Lock Haven will need to come ready at all of its weight classes. And John, just kind of looking back again to last week as far as some of the positives from Lock Haven, there were a few of those, and one of them was at 125, where Luke Warner, while it did not result in any dual meet points for Lock Haven, nearly was able to upset a top 10 wrestler from Central Michigan. What do you look to see from him as he's back here at Red Lion, where he recorded a pin last year against Arizona State?
I think he's going to come out firing on all cylinders, and once again, keep repeating the same theme. But his opponent, Logan Treister, 125 from Navy, he is 6-3 on the year. But if you start digging into his losses, he lost 2-1 to Brody Teskey from Penn State, and he also dropped a 4-2 to number 20 wrestler out of Virginia Tech. So, he's wrestled these top wrestlers tough, but I think, Werner can come out tonight and get the victory and kick this thing off right.
Lock Haven's already had a few of its guys wrestle some midshipmen at the Navy Classic, where Lock Haven finished 4th out of 18 teams. Navy was 7th in its own event, and Lock Haven will have a few of those matchups rekindled tonight, including one we highlighted earlier. Lock Haven's reigning All-American Kyle Shoop in his home area. He's a District 3 guy from Boiling Springs. He takes on Cody Tribus, who's a junior out of Elkton, Maryland, who nearly was able to knock off Shoop at the Navy Classic. It's an exciting matchup. It's loaded as far as the field. You don't have as many top 10 guys like you did last year, but certainly some quality wrestlers will take the mat here at Red Lion. We're coming back on the Bear Country Sports Network. More LHU wrestling pre-match coverage and my interview with Scott Moore, all upcoming.
We do more. We tell you more. We include more. Hi, this is Karen Willer, owner of Ridgecrest Home Sales. Time and again, customers tell us we've learned more from you in the last hour than from any of the other places we've been. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with a firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage. You tell us what you want, and we'll make it happen, right down to a professional cleaning before key turnover. For most people, your home is the largest purchase you'll ever make. You want an experienced team of contractors that know how to get the job done right the first time. Visit Ridgecrest Home Sales on Route 150, just 1 mile outside of Beach Creek, or visit us online at ridgecresthomesales.com. We're definitely more than you expect.
First Quality in Lock Haven and Macklehattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and Macklehattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Lock Haven University, unrivaled in quality, affordability, and value. At the Haven, you are uniquely you. With real-world experience in your major as early as your freshman year, you'll unlock a world of opportunities alongside our experienced faculty who know your name. There is plenty to do, all while providing outstanding academic programs and a culture where learning is always the priority. For more information on how you can soar higher at the Haven, visit lockhaven.edu.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, SIMPLE. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
Cutting Edge Country on The Bear.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin back to Red Lion Area High School. Lock Haven and Navy set to square off in what's been dubbed the Rumble in the Jungle 2. Lock Haven last year here beat Arizona State in pretty thrilling fashion, 23-14, in front of what is a record for this venue. 2,712 fans were here, and we'll get an attendance count later, but things are starting to fill up, and bleachers should be pretty packed. We talked about it before. There's a lot of wrestling alums of pretty great notoriety. Lock Haven's Chance Marsteller and Thomas Haynes are here taking this in, and also a former Lock Haven All-American, Dan Neff, is on the side of Navy, second year as an assistant there, and he helped set this thing up for the midshipmen. And John, just looking at this before we get into the lineups and everything, as more fans start to come in, what does something like this do for the sport of wrestling, where you have a population down here that is certainly one that lives and breathes wrestling, but now gets to see this kind of event here in a high school gym?
Yeah, I think it's, like I said before, this is a hotbed of wrestling right here in District 3. So to have a big Division I match in front of these fans, they appreciate good wrestling. It also, I think, raises the profile of the Lock Haven program on that national stage. And, obviously there's a recruiting aspect to this, and hopefully some of these, up-and-coming wrestlers in District 3 choose to come up and wrestle for the Bald Eagles after they graduate.
Well, Lock Haven's got 9 District 3 natives on its roster right now. Also, assistant coach Ronnie Perry wrestled at District 3. We just mentioned Dan Neff. He wrestled at District 3, so you have a lot of those guys. And Navy even has a local wrestler that's coming back here, Jacob Kozar at 197. He will be on the mats this evening. They're set to introduce these rosters pretty soon. For now, we'll go through the lineups, and then we'll toss it to my pre-match interview with Scott Moore. I was able to catch up with him moments ago up here with the bird's eye view of the mats at Red Lion Area High School. 125 matchup. Noah Treister, is the junior wrestler from Kansas that's on Navy's side, 6-3 on the year. Battles Lock Haven's Luke Warner, 15-3. Nearly knocked off number 9 Drew Hildebrandt from Central Michigan last week. And John, he wrestled tough, just didn't have enough, and was taken down late, right before the horn sounded. He'll look to rebound here and continue off of all the good things he's done in his first 2 years, and now in his 3rd year as a junior at Lock Haven.
Yeah, like I said before, I was a heartbreaking loss last week, but I don't expect that to affect him. If anything, it'll fire him up for this week. So I expect him to come out and go after his opponent there, Treister. And like I said, Treister's certainly a tough opponent. Had some close losses, I should say, to some top talent there. So it won't be an easy win for him, but it'll be a good test.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens at the 125 slot. At 133, Lock Haven going with DJ Fellman, the redshirt senior, who's 5 wins away from getting to that 100 milestone here at Lock Haven. And he takes on Casey Cobb on the other side from Navy, and that's a matchup that Coach Joel Sharrett for the Midshipmen thinks that could be a really interesting one. You never know what can happen once the guys get out there. But Fellman looking to build off of what he did last week when he beat Devin Perez of CMU 13-2 via major decision, John.
Yeah, Fellman, he has already faced Cobb this year at the Naval Classic and prevailed 7-4. So, a close win. And we'll see these two go at it again. Cobb on the year, talk about tough opponents. He lost 17-6 to Ramon Bravo Young. He also had an 11-2 loss to the number 1 ranked guy at his weight, Seth Gross. And he lost 4-0 to the number 18 wrestler, Noah Gonzer. So he's had tough competition. They've already faced each other, and that's going to be another good matchup.
Worth noting, a quick correction, 125. We expected Warner to be out there. Did just get word that freshman Matt Maloney, also of Beth Liberty, will be wrestling out there. He's got a 6-9 record. He'll look to improve upon that, going against Treister for Navy, and that'll be an interesting development. Of course, Lock Haven tomorrow is wrestling 3 times at the Messiah duels against Division II Millersville and then Division III Messiah, who's nationally ranked at that level, and McDaniel. So Warner is not expected to be out there tonight, but even so, Lock Haven will look to get Maloney battle tested. Fellman is wrestling for Lock Haven, and also nationally ranked reigning All-American Kyle Shoop, 141. Get that matchup against Cody Tribus. We talked a lot about that, but that's one that went 4-3 to Shoop at the Navy Classic. 149, another lineup change for the Midshipmen. They will have someone that wasn't even on the initial depth chart going out there, Wyatt Long, a junior from Mechanicsburg. And so he's from this area as well. He takes the 149 spot. Maybe that's part of Coach Sharrett's thinking, and he battles for Lock Haven, the Bellefonte native Brock Port, who's 5-3, and he himself is coming off of a loss 12-3 to Corbin Munson back at the Thomas Fieldhouse. Port's got some good stuff going for him, John. He's someone that's related to guys that have made it to the highest level. His cousin
Right.
Mitchell, 2-time All-American at Edinburgh a few years back, but Brock will try to get a win here for the Bald Eagles tonight.
Yeah, he's going to have, Wyatt Long, Cumberland Valley graduate, so he's back in front of his home crowd. I'm sure he's going to want to put on a show for his family and friends, and going up against a District 6 kid from Bellefonte. Should be a good, interesting matchup there at 149.
And it's worth noting that Long, part of why we didn't expect him at 49 is he was listed as an alternate at 41, meaning that there might be a little bit of a weight differential between the two.
Could be.
Yeah, go for it. What were you saying?
No, I said it could be. Yeah, he's I would think the play there was to get him out in front of this home crowd. Moving up a weight, I still expect it to be a very good matchup, though.
57, another guy Lock Haven needs to get rejuvenated, Alex Clucker, who's had such a strong start to the year as a whole, 10-3, but 0-1 in duels last week, was not able to come away with the victory. It was 5-1. He lost to CMU's Logan Parks, and Clucker's opponent, he gets one of two brothers on the Navy team. Scout Skidgel from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We'll talk about his brother Tanner in a moment at 65, but Scout 2-5 on the year, and Clucker will look to regroup in front of an area he's pretty familiar with. Last year he lost at the Rumble in the Jungle against ASU, but he's from Summerdale, which is in this area in District 3.
Yeah, I expect that one to be a good matchup as well. I think it's a good opportunity for Clucker to bounce back from the loss last week. Schedule will be a tough opponent, but I would fully expect Clucker to bounce back with the win in that one.
Lock Haven making a change at 65 from what it had last week. Caleb Clymer, a state champion who comes into Lock Haven and has had some big matches already. He's wrestled, but he's a redshirt freshman from Germansville, PA. A tech and a major for him, 5-4 this year. 2018 state champ at 160, and he goes against number 9 junior Tanner Skidgel, Scout's brother. And Tanner's a year younger than Scout. Scout did a year of prep school, but you look at Tanner, this is a guy who's 3 losses. He's 6-3, but they were to 3 top 10 guys. This is a battle-tested guy, returning national qualifier, and Clymer's going to have his hands full, John.
Absolutely. I'm sure Clymer will put up a heck of a fight there, but Tanner Skidgel is a top 10 wrestler, and as you mentioned, 3 losses, all to top 10 opponents, and Evan Wick, Vincenzo Joseph, and David McFadden out of Virginia Tech. So he is a very solid opponent, and it will put up a good match there for Clymer.
174, Navy gets a key cog back in the lineup. Looks like nationally ranked Spencer Carrie will go, which is a huge boost to the Midshipmen's hopes of winning the dual meet. Ranked 24 in the country. He went down with an injury late in the Navy Classic before the finals where he could not wrestle, and he missed the Maryland duel last week where Navy was able to capture a victory. But Carrie is back out on the mats. The senior from Ringwood, New Jersey, takes on another District 3 guy from Lock Haven, Jared Sechrist. He won by major decision last week against Jake Lowell of CMU, senior from Mannheim, and Sechrist can get a win that can really propel his resume this year as he looks to take that next step and get to nationals.
Yeah, Sechrist has had some big wins for the Bald Eagles already over the past few years, and we don't really know Carrie's situation. Obviously, he's healthy enough to come out, but is he fully healthy, fully back? He's a top 25 rated wrestler, and I think that'll be a good matchup. But I think Sechrist has a great chance of coming out and getting that victory. And
when speaking with Coach Sharrett for Navy, I got the impression that he was playing it very conservatively. He said that, look, our focus is the EIWAs down the line and nationals, and we're not going to take any chances in the dual meet, even though the dual meet's exciting and that's what we're here for. The bigger picture is in mind. That being said, it looks like Carrie is a go at 84. Should be a nice matchup from Lock Haven's end. Corey Hazel, number 13 in the country. He comes off a win via major decision. He's a District 6 guy out of Penns Valley. And his opponent, Andrew Buckley, junior from Smithfield, Kentucky, 4-5 on the year. 3 decisions and a pin, and that's the preferable option from what Navy's concerned, as opposed to a freshman they could have gone with Hunter Johns, who's 0-4, and that gives Navy a better chance in that kind of aspect, John. Yeah, you got Buckley, whose record is showing as 4-5, but when you dig into his losses as well, or his record as well, he has already faced Hazel at the Naval Classic, and it was a 4-2 win for Hazel, so very tight match. He also has a 5-3 loss to number 10 Bullen out of Virginia Tech. So I think that one's going to be a good one again, as evidenced by their first matchup, and they're going to go at it again tonight. And again, as we mentioned, Navy has scheduled some really tough opponents, Wisconsin, Penn State, and they also had a loaded field at their Navy Classic where Lock Haven also wrestled back before Thanksgiving. 197, Jacob Kozar, we talked about him, freshman for Navy from Dillsburg, PA, where Lock Haven's John Ross is from. Lock Haven at 97 brings to the table a guy that last week was able to watch Parker McClellan wrestle, Blake Reynolds from Greenville, PA, 9-5 on the year. Reynolds gets the test of taking on a talented freshman that nearly upset a number 3 ranked guy in the country from Penn State. So again, Lock Haven at that spot's going to have its hands full, and Reynolds will look to produce, John.
Yeah, Jake Kozar, freshman. He's 2 years removed from high school. He was finished third in his senior year at States and Hershey, fourth in his junior year. Local kid. He's coming out strong already this year. Record of 7-3 in his 3 losses. As you mentioned, he lost a tight one there with Connell, 4-3, but he also lost 4-2 to Pagano of Rutgers, who's ranked number 16, and also a 12-10 loss to Jaron Smith from Virginia Tech. So he's been battle tested, and will be a good matchup there at 197.
And finally, at the heavyweight spot, Lock Haven has Trey Hartsock, who's had to fill in for the injured Isaac Reed, and Hartsock's done a commendable job, especially last week where he stuck it out. Even though the final was 9-2, he stuck it out with number 7 Matt Stencil of CMU, and even though the dual meet was already clinched at that point, John, that was an admirable performance from him, and he'll have to try it again, this time with a freshman that Coach Sharrett for Navy says weighs 245 and can do backflips and splits, to give you a sense of his athleticism. John Birchmeier, 5-5 out of Ashburn, Virginia, and it could very well come down to that matchup if we go all the way through and these teams are as evenly matched as it sounds on paper. Yeah, and 245, obviously an athletic guy. Hartsock is more of an undersized heavyweight, so you'll have two smaller heavyweights, 2 athletic guys out there, and who knows what can happen. Birchmeier, so far this year, he has a 1-0 loss to number 6 Hilger. He's another battle-tested guy, 5-5 on the year, but I don't think it tells the whole story of what he brings to the table. A lot of excitement down at Red Lion Area High School. Lock Haven and Navy take the mat. We'll toss it to my pre-match interview with LHU head coach Scott Moore momentarily, and then we'll get ready for this one. Lock Haven and Navy do battle on the Bear Country Sports Network in the Rumble in the Jungle 2.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
WQBR The Bear, cutting edge country.
Joined pre-match by Scott Moore, head coach, Lock Haven University Wrestling, and Lock Haven is back here at Red Lion High School. It's the Rumble in the Jungle Part 2, and you get the Navy Midshipmen. What is this environment like to you, coming here, seeing all these fans piling in, and you have all the trimmings to it as well?
It's a great event. I mean, it's like a homecoming for a lot of our guys. It's an opportunity to compete in front of a new venue, some new fan base, and then obviously with a strong recruiting ties to this area, a lot of history of success as far as wrestlers that have come from this area. And on top of that, a lot of our donors and supporters are from District 3 and the York area. So we're grateful to be here. We're grateful to be in this environment, and we're excited about the competition and the event that lies ahead.
Scott Moore with us pre-match, and Navy is the opponent for tonight. The Midshipmen have wrestled some really tough teams this year. They have a few returning national qualifiers. What do you make of your opposition for tonight?
It's going to be a brawl. I mean, I think that's where we're at right now. Is we got some tough kids. They have some tough kids. It all comes down to who's prepared, who fights through the positions, who hustles back this center. It's really the basics. Winning the small battles and believing. That's the biggest part, is the confidence part. And you got to instill the confidence in your wrestlers, and hopefully when they go on the mat, they believe 100% that they can be victorious. Navy's a tough team, well coached. 2 of our former alumni, Bobby Ream and Danny Neff, are working with these guys. So they're familiar with what they're going to get, and I think we're familiar with what they're going to bring to the table, having been at the Navy Classic a few weeks ago. So I really expect a great match, a lot of close ones. A lot of matches are going to come down to the last takedown, so hopefully we're on the winning edge of those.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Should be a fun one tonight. Said thanks so much.
Thank you.
Lock Haven University, unrivaled in quality, affordability, and value. At the Haven, you are uniquely you. With real-world experience in your major as early as your freshman year, you'll unlock a world of opportunities alongside our experienced faculty who know your name. There is plenty to do, all while providing outstanding academic programs and a culture where learning is always the priority. For more information on how you can soar higher at the Haven, visit lockhaven.edu.
This year, don't just say happy holidays. Get a gift that says, I love every moment that led us here. With the incredible selection of Levion jewelry at Jared and more exclusive designs than any other store in the world, it's a perfect place to find a gift that says it all. Shop the Levion Fall in Love event from December 3rd to 12th for exclusive offers, including $100 off any Levion purchase, only at Jared.
Get a promo code or find a store near you at Jared.com. Exclusions apply. See store or Jared.com/Levion for complete details.
First Quality in Lock Haven and Macklehatten is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and Macklehatten for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Parents, do you want your child's shoes to fit perfectly? Then you need to get your kids Skechers Stretch Fit shoes, because Skechers Stretch Fit shoes easily slip on and fit almost like a sock. And not only do they fit like a dream, they perform like one too. Skechers Stretch Fit keeps your child's feet comfortable all day long with Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Plus, you'll love just how durable they are. And if they get dirty, just pop them in the washing machine. Skechers Stretch Fit shoes. Find them at a Skechers store near you, Skechers.com, or wherever kids' shoes are sold.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, SIMPLE. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
WQBR, Avis, Williamsport, State College, your home for LHU athletics.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin returning to Red Line Area High School. It's Lock Haven and Navy on the mats. We're set to start this one pretty shortly. The midshipmen are out there stretching. Lock Haven still waiting its turn. Might be running a little behind schedule here, but whenever this starts, it should be a fun-filled environment. The stands are starting to fill up even more so, and we won't get an attendance count till later, but it's another pretty packed environment here, and both sides of the bleachers are mostly full. Lock Haven's got some of its former star-studded wrestlers, Chance Morsteller, Thomas Haynes back here, and Lock Haven gets a tough Navy team. And John, as you take this one in, I just want to rehash it, this kind of environment, and what this all comes out to is you can now start to hear the fans get a little louder, but right. This is an exciting kind of affair we got tonight.
Absolutely. Fans are into it. That gives a little juice to the wrestlers as well when they're out there in front of everybody. So it's good to also, in addition to the former wrestlers, I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces from the Lock Haven area that made the trek the whole way down here for this one. So that's good to see that support that travels.
Both of these teams mostly regular lineups. Lock Haven with a few changes, most notably at 125. Luke Warner is not slated to wrestle. Instead, it will be freshman Matt Maloney from Warner School, Beth Liberty, out in Bethlehem. So Maloney will get a tough contest going the other way against Noah Treister. So we'll have this starting very shortly. The lineups are set to start after the obligatory stuff is mentioned, and we'll probably go low to high here at Red Line Area High School. It's not a great night to be outside, but it's a terrific night to be indoors here, and that's where we are at Red Line Area High School. The Bald Eagles are set to come out, and now we'll get some excitement. We'll probably hear it in the background. Well, first we'll hear Navy first. But John, any additional thoughts you have on this one?
No, I can't think of any. I think we went through the lineup, the changes that were made. I just think it's going to be a good, solid matchup. Every single weight is going to be competitive and, could go either way. So I really don't have a definitive. I think this is, the dual meet's going to end up one way or the other because each individual matchup could go one way or the other.
And it does sound like we will start at 141. That was a correction just given to me. Big thanks to Adam Kaler and Athletic Communications. So we should have Shoop and Tribus to begin things. Shoop for Lock Haven, and they'll try to get that initial victory for the Bald Eagles as Navy's lineup's being announced right now, and then Lock Haven's will soon be mentioned as the Bald Eagles get out there, and the predominantly Lock Haven fan base gets pretty juiced up. Although, as Coach Sharrett said, Navy is still kind of America's team, so you'll still get a decent support for Navy. And there's been some Navy wear around here. They had about 600 on hand for their home opener against Maryland last week. It should be an exciting one. Lock Haven and Navy. One more break, and we'll get this party started from Red Line Area High School on the Bear Country Sports Network.
The holidays. Time for hot cocoa, mistletoe, and spreading joy. A different kind of joy. The joy of pushing your limits on snowy mornings.
You feel that, Peloton? That's greatness.
The joy of getting the right motivation when you think you can't go any further.
Don't back down now.
The joy of giving it all you've got. Until tomorrow. Because our kind of joy will keep you coming back for more.
Peloton, way to work. Great job, everybody.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton at onepeloton.com.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp? McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-4090. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
The Bear Country Christmas Wish is now a 501c3 charity registered with the Internal Revenue Service. That means every dollar you give us to help us provide gifts for kids or help for those in need year-round is tax-deductible. We document our spending in accordance with IRS rules on a yearly basis as required. You can have confidence that when you support us, you support our area. It's documented. Give what you can today. Bear Country Christmas Wish, Box 99, Avis, PA 17721. With your help, we can bring smiles this holiday season. Thank you.
WQBR The Bear, Cutting Edge Country.
We do more. We tell you more. We include more. Hi, this is Karen Willer, owner of Ridgecrest Home Sales. Time and again, customers tell us we've learned more from you in the last hour than from any of the other places we've been. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with a firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage. You tell us what you want, and we'll make it happen, right down to a professional cleaning before key turnover. For most people, your home is the largest purchase you'll ever make. You want an experienced team of contractors that know how to get the job done right the first time. Visit Ridgecrest Home Sales on Route 150, just 1 mile outside of Beach Creek, or visit us online at ridgecresthomesales.com. We're definitely more than you expect.
First Quality in Lock Haven and McElhattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and McElhattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we give you this magic music, which will inspire the perfect hire to begin clog dancing. Okay, there's no magic music, but skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
We're back at Red Line Area High School. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin. 141 is where we start this dual meet between Lock Haven and Navy. They're set to flip the disc in the middle of the mat, and then we'll get this one going. Lock Haven, John, goes with Kyle Shoop at 141, of course, the reigning All-American that'll try to bounce back after last week's loss via major decision at home against Central Michigan's Dresden Simon, and he gets to go against Cody Tribus, a guy that he narrowly beat 4-3 at the Navy Classic. When you look at what Shoop last week didn't have going on, he didn't record a takedown. He'll have to be aggressive here early tonight to get this one started.
Absolutely. He's going to have to come out, get back to the Shoop of old, which involves being aggressive, taking shots, getting the takedown. Obviously, he's known for those tilts and getting the back points. So a guy that he only beat by a point here earlier this season, and he's right out of the gate here going to get tested and try to bounce back from last week.
Lock Haven in the solid gray singlets. Navy, of course, in the navy blue with the gold around back and the N back there. It's Tribus and Shoop at 141. Early hand fighting. Shoop tries to get a shot in, nothing doing. Opening minute here at Red Lion. Lock Haven and Navy getting after it. Shoop tries to get an undercut. Still nothing going. Again, he didn't get a takedown last week, and his 5 points in an 18-5 defeat all came via escape. Shoop, back-to-back leader in tech falls in the nation. Once he's on top, he's very hard to beat, and currently 0-0 after 40 seconds here at 41.
Yep, lots of tying up, collar ties, hand fighting there in the middle of the mat, trying to set up their shots. The crowd is eerily quiet again, but appreciating the good wrestling here, setting each other up, trying for some scoring opportunities.
Shoop, and of course Lock Haven is the home team here, and the crowd is a pro Lock Haven crowd, as Shoop and Tribus dance around. Minute gone by at 141. Opening bout, first of 10 here, Lock Haven and Navy. More tying up, and still Shoop able to fend off Tribus, a junior from Maryland, who for Navy this year, 7-4, 3-2 in duels.
There's a stalemate called, so he's going to reset and start again in the center of the mat.
Shoop early on is just trying to get himself set up. Last year at 141, was able to earn a tech fall in the Arizona State dual meet. Minute and a half gone by in this first. Still nothing. Kyle Shoop trying to get going. 18th ranked wrestler in the country. John, as far as the aggression level from Shoop, where do you see it at right now? Do you notice any differences early on from last week?
Not really, no. I mean, he's certainly not being passive, but I saw maybe one shot attempt so far, but looks like he's trying that that throw by kind of. There's a shot attempt from Tribus in on the leg. Shoop's draped over his back. We'll see where this one goes. This could be one of those funk type situations, or it could end up in a stalemate. But Shoop draped over his back. At this point, Tribus sitting. Looks like we might be getting a stalemate position. Tribus has both legs. Now he's turning.
Shoop using those legs for some power in there. They do blow it dead. Kyle Shoop able to fight out of it because Tribus got a grip of Shoop's leg and flipped him over his back, but Kyle Shoop used that lower body strength to keep the score at 0-0 with 30 seconds to go. First of 10 bouts here, Navy and Lockhaven. This is the first period, Shoop and Tribus. Again, Shoop won 4-3 at the Navy Classic, which, to go through the scoring there, not a lot of takedowns in a 4-3 match.
Nope, Shoop had another attempt there, blocked by Tribus nicely.
Now they wrestle out to the left side of the mat. Barely in play out to the left edge of the yellow circle here at Red Line Area High School. Red and black mat, especially with the spotlights over top. And we'll go into the second with no score. Kyle Shoop thrown down at the end by Tribus, and the Navy side a lot more claps than Lockhaven side after that first.
Yeah, 0-0 scoreless first period. Definitely some action. I think we'll see they pick neutral here in a second, so I think a clock issue there for momentarily, but they're going to start neutral second period.
Lockhaven and Navy going at it. The second year of the Rumble in the Jungle. Last year, Lockhaven upset number 12 Arizona State, who came out here to face Lehigh, and Coach Scott Moore was able to set that up for LHU. Shoop tried to go low. Tribus spun away, and they get tangled up again, bouncing out to the far side of the mat. Still 0-0. Shoop tries to get in over top. Doesn't happen.
Trying a little throw by again. Nothing happening there. Like I said, he had a little. He tried for a double leg shot there earlier and was blocked nicely. So Tribus doing a really good job of defensive wrestling here, thwarting all attempts from Kyle Shoop so far.
And if Kyle Shoop doesn't get on top of you, that's really all you need. And then from there, you just really need to get one opportunity. Tribus lost 4-3 to Shoop. Someone that's wrestled a little more than Shoop this year. The Navy Classic was Shoop's first time out on the mat. He adjusts his headgear to Kyle Shoop. His right leg is captured, but can Tribus flip him over back? He
Same
attempts
situation. Shoop comes over his back, grabs his back leg. This one I think might end up a little differently than last time. Tribus coming around. Now Shoop looking to gain control. He's coming out behind, and
he's got two for the takedown. Kyle Shoop gets on top, and now he tries to go to work with 40 seconds to go in the second. 2-0 Shoop. In the opening bout, it's 141. And when Kyle Shoop's on top of you, it's very hard to get away from his control.
Very trying to get the that bar arm there and get the tilt. Tribus tried to come up and out. Shoop was able to bring him back to the mat.
Yeah, Tribus was able to get up pretty close to it.
There's that gut wrench tilt. Couldn't get him over and couldn't get him exposed to get any points here. 10 seconds left in the period. Now he's bringing him back. Might get a count there, but no.
Trying to get some late back points, and Shoop will ride out the second and accumulate 45 seconds of riding time after two. And we go to the third, 2-0 Kyle Shoop. Not a dominant first two periods, but Shoop has a lead, and he'll try to take Tribus down and start off this one with the Lockhaven victory. And ideally, he can go to work here in the third and potentially get it to a bonus point situation.
Now we got a caution on Tribus on the bottom. Shoop chose top to start the third, which makes a lot of sense. That's his most comfortable position there. I'm not sure what we got going on here, some sort of a temporary stoppage, but there was a caution on Tribus out of the bottom position. The referee's over at the table discussing something, but he'll get him back in the center of the mat. We'll get started for the third period.
Well, Shoop had a lot of stoppages in his 141 match last week against CMU, a couple clock stoppages there. He's on top for the third, like we mentioned. Back-to-back leader in Tech Falls, three-time national qualifier, All-American last year. Tribus tries to get up. Shoop flattens him again, riding at just about a minute here with only a minute 45 to go.
Shoop working that spiral ride. Looking to get one of those tilts that he's famous for. Tribus trying to get up and out. Shoop's been able to control them and bring them back to the mat each time, and now they're out of bounds.
Get out to the right side near where Lockhaven's team is sitting. They're actually behind the bleachers, whereas Navy's squad is out front and center. Shoop remains on top. Minute 32 to go. 2-0 lead for Shoop. Riding time at 1:12, and another caution on the bottom. Have to get things set, and now Shoop gets on top. Waits for the count. Tries to get Lockhaven a victory in the opening bout.
Yeah, Tribus obviously knows the position he's in, which isn't a good position against Shoop, and trying to get up and out quick and a little too quick.
Now Shoop on top, tries to bring him back over. Tribus at least stays low, and for him, not that you try to give up at any point, but at some point you do know that as long as you can avoid back points coming in there, keep it a decision as they bounce out of play with 1:08 to go in the third. Minute 35 of riding for Shoop, and he's close to being able to capture that riding time. Just need 42 more seconds of it.
Yeah, and he's also close to a few of those tilts. Tribus has done a really good job of avoiding getting the count and avoiding those back points. So, but he is Shoop's doing what he does best on top and controlling the situation, keeping them down, working for those tilt opportunities. Just hasn't been able to get a count yet.
Shoop throws Tribus back down. He's halfway up, and then Shoop back on top of him in the back of the mat. Kyle Shoop is a guy that you cannot get away from. Tribus does his best, and they flip out of play again. 42 seconds to go. Shoop is very much so clinched riding time, and he has a 2-0 lead over Cody Tribus. Lockhaven looking to get ahead. First bout here. Shoop in position to earn a decision if he remains on top. But
yeah, so effectively a 3-0 lead at this point with 35 seconds left. Shoop is working strong from the top, so it looks like he's going to come out of here with a victory, which is a good bounce back. He continues to control Tribus from the top position. Tribus continues to try to get out and just cannot do so.
Kyle Shoop looking to just control this one out. He's ridden the last 2.5 minutes, gets back on top of Tribus. They flip out to the far right side, and there's just 6 seconds to go. 2-0 Shoop will become 3-0. Out of play one more time at 3.1. Claps from the pro Shoop crowd here at Red Line Area High School. Lockhaven starts off with a 3-0 victory, and probably mixed emotions from Lockhaven's side. They want to see Kyle Shoop get back to the way he was last year, although Scott Moore clapping pretty vehemently right there. He does get the 3-0 win, and it's 3-0 Lockhaven for a team score. Kyle Shoop competes with a tough Cody Tribus and edges him out 3-0 with the riding time.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, 3-0. It's not those big double-digit points that everybody's used to Shoop getting, but I think Tribus is a good opponent there. Was able to thwart those tilt attempts and did a good job there. But Shoop able to bounce back from last week, get the victory, and start this thing out with a decision and a 3-0 lead for the Bald Eagles.
And now the hometown guy on the mat is Navy's wrestler at 149, Wyatt Long. He comes out of,
I believe it's Mannheim, isn't it?
Well, he comes out of Mechanicsburg, Cumberland Valley.
Yep, I'm sorry.
They said a different name there, so I wanted to get confirmation on that.
Okay.
Maybe I just misheard him, but I believe it's Wyatt Long. It should be. And Wyatt Long goes against Lockhaven's Brock Port with LHU up 3-0. Port last week lost via major decision. 5-3 on the year. 0-1, of course, in dual meets. Port tries to go low to begin at 149 and try to extend this Lockhaven team lead here.
Yeah, I missed what they announced. It does appear to be a size differential there, so that would maybe indicate that is Wyatt Long.
Yeah, I think I heard. Yeah, I think now that I'm kind of retracing my thoughts, I believe it is Wyatt Long after all, John. That's just me being extra careful, as last week I botched the 133 wrestler for the first 2.5 minutes.
Well, yeah, we both did, and they last week we even had the benefit of the names on the back of the singlet. So
yeah, no, we don't have that this week. But again, the size differential, Long listed on the pre-match depth sheet at 141, but he's here at 49. Gets the hometown kid a chance to get out there. But it's 0-0 as they're tied up in the middle, 50 seconds in. Port tries to scamper around. He actually had an early lead in that match in which he did lose by a major decision, but once he went down, he had trouble getting up against Corbin Munson of CMU.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He was in the lead there, and once like you said, once he got taken down, it kind of was downhill from there, and there was some back points, and things kind of got out of hand. But looking to bounce back here against the local kid, Wyatt Long, who's able to showcase his talents in front of the home crowd back home. So a big opportunity for him here at Red Lion.
Most of the early action, first minute and a half, in the middle of the map. Port did not wrestle in the Navy Classic, and he is a 2017 PIAA state runner-up from Bellefonte Area High School. And now a shot attempted by Long. He gets the right leg of Port, and he flips him back over, but Port's still able to get out of Long's control for now. Tied up right in the middle, both on the ground.
Port trying to come out around there, trying to get a little bit of leverage with his hips, try to get his hips out. It's a precarious situation here. He's got back exposed, and now looks like Long is going to get around for the 2. Yep.
And he has it. Opening round at 149, 2-0 Wyatt Long, the District 3 native here at Red Lion Area High School. Team down 3-0, second match. And Dan Neff, former Lockhaven All-American, stood up, giving instructions for his wrestler Long moments ago, now a second-year assistant at Navy, and Long plops Port back down after he was 3/4 of the way up. Now Port trying to get a reversal, and let's wait for him to award it.
I think
he
we got
gets the
an
one
escape.
on the escape, but he's in position to get back around to the backside of the mat.
Port almost had came around and was able to get him on his back there. Long was able to stay out of that one, but did give up the escape, and then they start in neutral position in the center of the mat.
2-1 lead for Long. He has 28 seconds of riding time. Final 10 seconds of the first as they are in neutral. Just tied up. It'll be interesting to see who chooses what in the second. Nate Carr Jr. standing up doing the coaching for Lockhaven right now. And the first concludes. Brock Port gets out of Long's control. He gets that one takedown, making the score 2-1 heading into the second.
Yeah, Mr. Long out of Cumberland Valley High School come out looking to put on a show there, and had a good first period with a nice takedown, taking the lead into the second here against Brock Port.
Brock Port waiting to get resettled after this. Alex Clucker at 157, another District 3 guy for Lockhaven, 18th ranked, two-time national qualifier. He steps out there, and he goes against Scout Schedule for Navy, and official has to talk to Port about something. Maybe there's some blood to be wiped up.
That's what it looks like, some blood time here.
So in the meantime, John, what do you make of that first? Because there was that one takedown from Long, but Port, it seemed, at least from these set of eyes, was once again pretty energetic.
Yeah, I think so. Well, and I think it kind of opened his eyes a little bit. Long coming out with a lot of energy, a lot of aggressiveness, getting that takedown, but Port was able to come out around, almost get the reversal to the back. But Long was able to hold that off, able to get the escape though, but I would fully expect to see Port come out here in this second period, ready to wrestle.
And right now they both talk on their respective sides because Port has to be attended to, and looks like it's something on his right arm as to what's being held by trainer here, being wiped up and patched up. Second period will start with Port going against Wyatt Long, the Navy 149 wrestler. For Navy, it was supposed to be Morgan Flenfinger, the sophomore from Mount Iron, Minnesota, but instead it's a local kid, Long, and makes sense, gives Joel Sharrett a chance for his local guy to come out there, and now things are attended to. Port on bottom here, John, to begin the second. He'll have to get out quickly and then try to go to work. You need to see him get a takedown and try to be dominant on his own end.
Yes. So he's up trying to break that lock. He's taking him back down to the mat, though, by Long. So Long working the top, trying to get the control there with the arm, trying to get his leg, work his leg in there.
Now a full bandage on the right elbow of Brock Port. That's what caused the stoppage there. Again, he's 3/4 of the way up, and then Long tries to bring him right back down, looking to potentially get some back points, but Port doing a good job of not letting that come into play.
There's Port with the switch, up and out for the one. We're tied at 2.
Minute 20 to go second. At 3-0 Lockhaven as a team. Kyle Shoop with a 3-0 decision over Cody Tribus to begin this matchup. And now here it's Brock Port for Lockhaven. Standing on the right in the gray singlet. On the left, it's Navy's Wyatt Long, the local kid from Cumberland Valley. Battles Port right now. They're even at 2. Minute of riding time going to Navy's Long. Hand fighting here. Long gets a shot in on the right leg, and they tumble nearly out of play, but Port keeps those long legs back in the circle barely. 50 to go in the second, and Port looking to potentially find a way to finagle this to get a takedown, but blow it dead. 45 seconds to go in the second, 2-2. Back in the middle and neutral here.
Yeah, this referee wants to keep the action moving. They were still actually in bounds there. He called the stalemate to get them moving again. So it's good to see that. I like that. Force the action, keep it moving.
Dual meets more than anything. It's about theatrics, and I think this environment here certainly displays that as Port and Long tumble around.
And we got a stall call against Port there.
20 to go in the second. It's 2-2 still. And that's really been the story of it. Joel Sharrett is out of his seat, Navy's head coach. And now Port looking to potentially get some back points here.
Well, Long was in on the shot. Nobody has control yet. Now Port moves around and gets the 2. So that was nice. Long was actually had the shot there, and Port was able to get the takedown. Oh, he's awarded the escape at the end of the period. I don't know. That's a close one.
So we'll see. For right now, it's 4-3. They'll say that Port did get that takedown, as you mentioned, where he flipped around on, he swiveled those hips to get around back. But right in the final second, Wyatt Long was able to get up, and there was a little action there at the end, but things settled down, and they're going to look at the monitor just to confirm this. But it looked like Long did get out of Port's grasp in time. It was close, but if that holds, it's 4-3 Port. But Long has nearly a minute of riding time there. At first glance, it did not look like he was up and out, but it was right on there. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way on this, to be honest with you. Well, the question would have to be, now that they rule it initially that he was out there, so it would need to be evidence to overturn it, and you would have to at least be able to confirm it the other way.
Correct.
It's not like you have it as he wasn't out, and then you find it the other way. So you're saying he's out, and now you have to find a way to say, no, in fact, he was not in time. And that makes it tough to overturn, but we'll see.
Yep, it has to be definitive and inconclusive, conclusive, excuse me. So, yes, you're right. It'd be tough to overturn that. It was a bang-bang type thing at the end of the period there. So, but that's a big point. End of the period, any points at the end of the period are huge, even if it's just an escape. But from a 4-2 lead to a 4-3 lead, that's a big difference.
Scott Moore loosening up his redshirt sophomore's left arm right now, and him and Ronnie Perry going over a couple moves. They're wiping things up and still waiting on that official look. We're in about 2 of 10 between Lockhaven and Navy. Teams score 3-0 LHU. The Kyle Shoop 3-0 win at 141, the opening weight class for tonight. Means we conclude with DJ Fellman for LHU.
Yeah, so I'm always amazed. I'm looking down here in the corners and seeing the collective talent in each of these corners. I mean, down there in the Navy corner, you got, as you said before, Dan Neff, who's an All-American. You also have B.J. Futrell, who's a 2-time All-American, but he was one of the favorites to win the national title his senior year, and actually had an injury that took him out for the season. But just a top-tier wrestler. The head coach Sherratt, national champ out of Iowa back in the day. And then LHU, as everybody knows, was Scott Moore, with Ronnie Perry, Nate Carr Jr. I mean, just the collective talent there in each of those corners is pretty incredible.
And then you have Chance and Haynes sitting a few rows behind him.
Well, I saw Chance up there earlier. He was in Robbie Weichel's ear. I'm not sure if he was given instruction what was going on, but obviously any little thing he could contribute to that effort would be well worth it.
Sharrett, you mentioned 94 national champ out of Iowa. He's consulting with his guy Wyatt Long right now and just waiting to confirm things. Would like a count at some point, and maybe somebody else can figure this out, the amount of All-Americans we have in this venue tonight.
Right.
And it is confirmed. The one red. 4-3 is the score. We're neutral for the third here, John. Brockport, a 1-point advantage. Riding time favored to Long, and let's see what happens.
And a key thing to remember is the stall warning against Port there in the last period. So that could come into play.
Both attempt shots, and they flip-flop away from each other. Go back to it in neutral. Just about a minute 40 to go at 1:49, bout 2 of 10 between Lockhaven and Navy this evening. Lockhaven looking for that first dual meet victory of the year. Lost against Central Michigan last week in the MAC opener as Port goes in on a shot, but muscled away by Long. And now Long tries to get around back near the right edge of the mat. Port fends him off for a moment. And they're out of play. You mentioned, John, that Fischel is really making sure that if there's anywhere close to being out or anything close to a stall, he'll be on top of that tonight.
Yeah, he's not afraid to call a stalemate, not afraid to keep the action moving any way he can. This one here with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the match, 1 point differential. These two are going at it, trying to set up a shot. Wyatt Long trying to get a victory here in front of the home crowd, moving up a weight and taking on Brock Port.
Just about 50 seconds to go in the third, as you mentioned there. Long was listed at 141 as an alternate, but now he gets the right leg of Port. Can he get around back? Does not look like he can. Out to the right side. Port attempts to get a shot. And let's see if they get them out of play. There's some chance of 2 from the fans, and there will not be. 4-3 Port still.
You know, Wyatt Long was able to have that other leg split back, a la Phil Davis back in the day, what he used to do at the edge of the mat. So, you can't get full control and get that takedown.
Under 30 to go in the third. It's 4-3 Brock Port.
There's that stall call against Port and the point awarded. So we got a tie match here.
We do. 4-4 with under 20 seconds to go, and they're out of play. 17 to go at 1:49. Could be the first overtime matchup in a dual meet that Lockhaven has had this year.
Yeah, Port needs to be careful there. He took his time getting back to the middle of the mat.
But now he wants to try to get a takedown. Goes for the left leg, and now he tries to go for the right. Can he flip him over back? If Port's not careful here and there's any riding time going the other way, things could happen. And there's two at the last moment, and the 2 is for Lockhaven, and it's Brock Port. Port wins 6-4 to take the matchup. Lockhaven's Brock Port, the redshirt sophomore from Bellefonte, gets his first dual meet victory of the year right in the nick of time.
Yeah, that was what a game effort from Wyatt Long. I almost feel sorry for him. I know we're broadcasting for the Bald Eagles, but given his story and situation and coming in there in front of the home crowd and putting on a performance like that, but losing at the end, it was a heck of a college match right there.
Yeah, and if that didn't have that Port takedown there, we'd be going to extras, but that's not the case. Last year, they had to go to a double overtime with Chance Marsteller going against Josh Shields in that memorable matchup for wrestling aficionados, a top 5 matchup. But right now, it's 157. Scout Schedule, the Tulsa, Oklahoma native, 2-5 on the year, 2-3 in dual meets, 15-10 in his career, matches up against Lockhaven's 2-time national qualifier, the Summerdale, Pennsylvania native, just up the road, Alex Clucker, 18 in the nation, comes to the mat with LHU up over Navy 6-0.
Clucker is another one that is looking to bounce back from performance that was a little less than what was expected, I guess, coming into that. Wasn't quite up to what you would expect out of Clucker, so I fully expect him to come and bounce back just like we saw Kyle Shoop do.
Clucker goes against Schedule. They tumble around at 57. Scout Schedule in that navy singlet. Lockhaven wearing the silver singlets tonight as Clucker tries to go up top.
Got the overhook going there. Trying to work upper body, looking for a throw.
Try it again. Doesn't have it. Schedule's a strong kid, as is
Clucker.
Clucker.
He's working a cement mixer type of a move, trying to get him over, trying to run him over onto his back.
Nearly does.
Oh, there
now
it is.
He does. Oh, yeah, he's down. That's 2 for the takedown, and some back points will be counted here. Schedule in a tough spot, and he's done. He's done in 40 seconds. Down goes Schedule. Lockhaven up 12-0 as a team. Clucker has very much bounced back. Alex Clucker win via fall in 40 seconds.
Yeah, he came out, you noticed off that opening whistle, he was going right after him, and it was like he was just coming out on a mission, and he accomplished that mission there in, 40 seconds?
Lockhaven with a massive pin last year against Arizona State. It came from Luke Warner at 125. This year, Clucker has given his team a 12-0 advantage. Lockhaven looking for that first dual meet victory of the year. Now we go to 165, where advantage goes to Navy. Top 10 wrestler Tanner Schedule. Scouts younger brother. He goes against Lock Haven's Caleb Clymer. Did not wrestle in the dual meet last week, but Clymer gets the call. So Clymer comes out 5-4, 2018 state champ out of Northern Lehigh.
Yeah.
And now he adjusts his left sock and tries to extend this Lock Haven lead here.
So this will be an interesting matchup here. Their schedule's in immediately, but Clymer did a nice job of fighting that off, that takedown attempt.
Clymer, really highly regarded guy, taking over for Chance Marsteller, two-time All-American for Lock Haven. And Clymer tries to go into a shot, and he brings him down. Down he goes. 2 for the takedown, 2-0 Clymer.
That is huge.
They're out of play just 30 seconds into this at 165. How about that? Caleb Clymer, after fighting off a tough shot from Tanner Skidgel, whose only losses have come to 3 top 10 guys, then returns the favor and is on top here.
Yeah, what a way for Clymer to start out here. They put him out there into the Lions' Den, or the Red Lions' Den, I guess, against a top 10 kid in Skidgel, and he gets the opening takedown.
He's now up and out is Tanner Skidgel. It's 2-1. He gets the escape point. There's no shortage of Lion characters around this town. If you drive through, there's Lion logos on these street signs. A place that very much makes for its name.
Yeah, absolutely. I was curious. There's got to be a story behind that. I just don't happen to know it. But as you mentioned, everywhere you look when you're driving through town, there's lions.
I don't think red lions are a thing that exists. I've never seen a red lion on TV. I would imagine they don't.
Nope, I wouldn't think so.
It's interesting that the logo here, it's yellow and black. There's no red on that.
Correct.
It's still 2-1. Clymer doing a good job of contending with the top 10 guy, and what a massive win it would be for him. Austin Bell got the start at 65 last week for Lock Haven, but Clymer gets the call, and stalemate here with 1:32 to go in the first. Back in neutral we go.
Looks like we got some blood there on Clymer, so they'll stop and get that cleaned up. Yeah, I was wondering, I believe Lock Haven great Brad Lloyd is on the staff here at Red Lion High School. I haven't seen him in years, but I didn't see him around here tonight, but I assume he's in attendance. But he's one of the greats of the history of the program.
Yeah, there is that connection here, and Mike Catolo is the head coach for Red Lion. He was a former assistant at University of Maryland, and that it speaks to how well this event is set up. You have somebody with that collegiate experience.
Right.
You have a college vibe in a high school gym as they go back to it in neutral. 2-1 Clymer, 1.5 to go in the first at 165, about 4 of 10. Lock Haven up 12-0. Just got a win via fall by Alex Clucker moments ago in 40 seconds.
Yeah, and Clymer's continuing to stay aggressive. He was in on a shot there momentarily against Skidgel right off the whistle. Now they're just tying up and circling each other in the middle of the mat.
Tanner Skidgel, national qualifier last year, went 1-2 at nationals. Pushed away by Clymer.
Yeah, Clymer needs to be careful. We backed up on that shot. This referee obviously quick to call stalling, so did not call it there, but I think he needs to be careful to not do that again.
Skidgel tries to get around back, and once again, Clymer extends and now tries to make a move, but Skidgel has him in a tough spot, might bring him down, and he does. That's a 3-2 lead for Tanner Skidgel, Navy's top 10 national wrestler. 30 seconds to go in the first. Now the riding time about to be neutralized as Skidgel remains on top of Clymer, and they bounce out of play to the right.
Nate Carr Jr., the ever animated Nate Carr Jr., out of his seat, yelling instruction to Clymer as they reset in the middle of the mat.
Nate Carr Jr., another guy with the wrestling legacy, 2007 JUCO national champ, and his younger brother wrestling at Iowa State right now, and he's a top 10 guy there.
And not to mention his father and his uncles.
Wrestling family
Legends.
Through and through, the Carr
yes,
family.
Out of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Skidgel on top, and Clymer nearly out, but they extend outside the mat with 6 seconds to go in the first, and it's 3-2 Tanner Skidgel still. Again, his losses to number 1, number 3, and number 7. Pretty good resume for him, 6-3 record.
Yeah, definitely. That's what makes it impressive how Clymer has come out here and taken it to him.
Final seconds, no movement, and they blow it dead. 3-2. Clymer within a point of Tanner Schedule, the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Their father, I say there, Scout and Tanner, as Clymer starts the second on the bottom. Firefighter there, and Coach Joel Sharrett has said that it's made my job very easy, having a dad like that raise those guys, and very disciplined. Both want to be Navy SEALs, and right now, Schedule remains on top of Clymer. He tries to pirouette his way up and out, but he cannot in the first 10 seconds of the second.
And I believe I saw doing the research, I'm pretty sure it was the Schedules whose grandfather played for football for the University of Oklahoma as well.
That's a tough family, to say the least. If you're playing at Oklahoma, especially in the time where I imagine his grandfather was playing, as they're out of play with a minute 37 to go in the second.
Quite a lineage.
Oh yeah, that's the story of a sport like wrestling, though. You look at a lot of these family ties. If they weren't wrestling, you have some pretty athletic families.
Yeah, and you even had the added lineage here with Navy of the military lineage, and some of those when I was reading through some bios and skimming through, a lot of them had quite a history in that regard.
No question about it. These guys, of course, committed to much more after they're done wrestling at the Naval Academy. The minute 20 to go in the second. Riding time nearing a minute for Tanner's Schedule. Clymer yet to get up here in the second. Nearly does, but once again thrown down to remain on top from Tanner's Schedule. 3-2 lead for Navy's junior.
His Schedule up over a minute in riding time. He's riding tough on the top position there.
Clymer just needs to find a way to get out of this at some point this period.
Yeah, Clymer's trying the best he can. He's trying to roll out of there. Schedule just is relentless and not allowing him to even get the opportunity to come up and out.
Worth reminding you, tomorrow Lock Haven has 3 matchups. We won't have them on the air, but at the Messiah duels down here in this area. Kind of a barnstorming tour from Lock Haven. 50 seconds to go in the second, and Clymer still in the grasp of Schedule to the left side. Nearly out of play, and now they are. Stop it with 43 seconds to go in the second.
I think I did see that the video of the Messiah duels might be out there on the YouTube channel.
Oh, for sure. There will be a way to watch it. It should be some quick ones, and it'll also be an opportunity for Lock Haven to get some of its depth out there on the mat, as Warner didn't wrestle tonight at 125, and as long as he's okay, he might be out there for some of those, or he won't wrestle at least tonight. Clymer is down. It's wrapped up.
Do we know if Warner is it an injury situation?
Well, I have a feeling we'll get clarification on that in a few moments. That would be my best guess.
Okay.
25 seconds ago in the second. Schedule remains on top, nearing 2 minutes of riding time, and we do get that confirmation. Warner with a sprained ankle that's keeping him out tonight, so that gives his high school teammate Maloney a chance to get out there, but now it's on the bottom.
Continues to ride. He's up over 2 minutes, 10 seconds in riding time here. So just relentless in the top position. Clymer unable to come up and out from that bottom position.
3-2 lead for Schedule. He rides out the second to give him 2:14 of riding time, and Clymer needs to make something happen here. He's down 3-2, so he'll need to either stay on top and get some back points or have to let him up and take him down. See what he does is caution to start the third.
Again, a lot of times at the college level, that's what separates those guys, the top tier from that middle tier. I mean, they're close matches, but it's that ability to ride and also not be ridden. So it's the mat wrestling that doesn't come into play as much in high school wrestling, certainly is a differentiator there at the college level.
Schedule still on the bottom, but looking to try to get a reversal. Has Clymer in a figure 4 with that left leg, and Clymer in a dangerous spot, and there is that reversal. It's now 5-2 in favor of number 9, Tanner Schedule for Navy. And they halted at 1:37 to go in the third at the fourth bout of 165 tonight.
So potentially dangerous call. So no illegal hold or anything like that, no point given. Just stop the action and restart him in the middle of the mat.
After this, we go to 174, and then we have the intermission. Lock Haven leads 12-0 as a team over Navy. Decisions in the first two, and then the pin from Alex Clucker at 157, the highlight of the match to date. Schedule looking to turn the tides for Navy. Up 5-2, and just about ready to secure riding time. Needs a few more seconds of it. Just got a reversal over Clymer. Now they're back in the middle.
So Clymer back in that position he found himself in for basically the entire second period, trying to escape from the bottom position against Schedule, who is just a tough wrestler in the top position there, and Schedule getting called for a caution there, a little too quick off the whistle.
Schedule ready to go back down. Readjust knee pad he's got over his right knee. Caleb Clymer, Lock Haven's redshirt freshman, state champ in 2018, highly regarded guy looking to fill Chance Marsteller's spot in the lineup, and he does skirt out of it. Down 5-3 with that escape. Riding time point there for Schedule is secured, so it will be 6-3 him essentially. So Clymer's got some catching up to do here in the final minute here in neutral.
Yeah, he's got to do more than just a takedown even. So he's in effect down 3 points here, less than a minute to go. So he needs to be taking a shot.
Take it, and once he gets it, maybe make something happen.
Yep.
Schedule, a tough guy to fight off. Again, those 3 losses to 3 top 7 guys in the nation, and you hear Nate Carr Jr. in the background giving his instructions. And
stalemate.
39 seconds to go at 165. We'll step aside for a moment after this one and go to 174. Jared Sechrist for Lock Haven. Try to give the Bald Eagles a little momentum heading into the intermission, and he's a local guy out of Mannheim.
Stall call against Schedule.
That is important if there is hypothetically a takedown, and then
potentially
20 potentially
seconds.
a second stall call if that happens. But that's a lot to happen in the final 15.
Another stalemate. Schedule is basically doing everything he can to obviously prevent getting taken down, but locking him up with the ties, blocking him off on those shots, backing up. He did get the stall call there, but smart wrestling.
Tries to get a last shot in here. Left leg of Clymer, and Schedule tries to kick out the other way. There's the right leg up. 2 seconds to go, and things end. But an impressive performance from Clymer. Still loses 6-3 by decision. 12-3 the score. Lock Haven up on 8. You come back for 74 after this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin returning to Red Lion Area High School. Lock Haven and Navy getting after it. Local kid Jared Sechrist for Lock Haven takes the mat at 174. Last matchup before the intermission between Lock Haven and Navy. Sechrist tries to get Lock Haven with some more team points. Just lost a decision. Tanner Schedule for Navy won it at 165. His opponent, number 24 ranked Spencer Carrie for Navy right now at 174. Sechrist, the guy Lock Haven's looking to have take the next step in his senior year and roll around here in the first few seconds and try to get some shots in.
Yeah, Carrie making his first appearance since I think he went out with injury at the Navy Classic. So, like you said, a top 25 ranked wrestler. Tough task here for Sechrist, but I think Sechrist has had some big wins in his career, and there's no reason why he can't get one here.
Last year here wrestled well against Zahid Valencia of Arizona State, but gets taken down out to the left before he bounces out of play. 2-0 start for Spencer Carey, the Ringwood, New Jersey native, national qualifier last year. On top of Sechrist with 2:19 to go in the first.
Yeah, and Carey looks like he's ready to be back in the mat there. He's coming out of ball of fire and taking Sechrist down for the opening takedown.
Those are the 2 national ranked guys for Navy. Now there is some depth at the bottom of the lineup as well, some young guys that have produced early, but those guys getting out of the way. Lock Haven still has Corey Hazel up after the intermission at 184, which is presumably advantage Lock Haven, but riding time running, and Carey tries to do more. Cannot as Sechrist gets away from him, but still on the bottom, and now he steps up 2-1 the score after the escape.
Yep, he racked up 38 seconds of riding time there before the escape.
Now they hand fight and get back to it halfway through the first period at 174. About 5 of 10 this evening with the intermission occurring, and good chance we'll have a special guest coming up on the mic during that intermission. So if you're thinking of stepping aside for a minute, might want to stick around. Would highly encourage it. Carrie and Sechrist going after it, and Carrie missed on a shot, and Sechrist pushes him away.
Yep. And Sechrist also pulled down on the head, tried to spin back around. So they're both trying to set up their shots here, trying to get some points.
Minute to go in the first at 174. 2-1. Carrie leads Sechrist of Lockhaven. LHU won the first 3 bouts, including a pin at 157 in 40 seconds.
No, he's out.
He's out of
bounds. He was in on the shot, had the single leg, but stepped out of bounds.
Lockhaven and Navy getting after it here. As LHU with Jared Sechrist, the 174 wrestler. Final 35 seconds of the first period. Just trying to get things locked and loaded here as they stay tied up in the middle. Lockhaven and Navy currently 12-3 the score, with Sechrist on a matchup with Carrie right now. He gets around back. It's a last-minute takedown, throws him down with 15 to go in the first. It's a 4-1 lead for Spencer Carrie of Navy. Clock winding down, and the first set to conclude, and Carrie remains on top. It's now time to welcome in the third member of our crew for this matchup here. Chance Marsteller joining us. Chance, how are we doing tonight? Let me get your mic set up here. So that's a not ideal start for me. How are we doing now? I cannot. All right, I think we're going to work on this one during intermission. Hang on. Let's get you back in here. You good now? Yeah. We're gonna go back to the matchup for a minute. I'll get you set up in a minute. I'll probably fix something during intermission. That was my bad on that. We'll hang tight with you for a sec, Chance. We appreciate you coming up here. Chance Marsteller, Lockhaven's 2-time All-American, is up here with us, and we'll talk to him during this intermission in a few moments and readjust the headsets here. Right now, Sechrist on the bottom to start the second. Tries to flip up and out. Cannot. And now he does. 4-2, he's down. Minute and a half to go in the second here at 174.
So Sechrist, wrestling tough here, down 4-2. Minute and 25 seconds left to go. He's in on the shot. He's got Carrie's left leg, excuse me.
Sechrist trying to bounce back. He's down 4-1 after the first, and be a massive turn of the tide for Lockhaven here in this dual meet to head into intermission. Up 12-3 as a team. Sechrist down low. Trying to
Carrie
get a hold, but he cannot.
Spin around and get the takedown, 6-2.
Carrie is 24th in the country at 174, and tough kid. He's in the Navy Classic, got hurt before the finals there, and Sechrist tries to get after him, and he spins away. Sechrist again runs out of there. There's 35 seconds to go in the second here, 6-3 in favor of Carrie right now.
So Sechrist trying to work the action now. Carrie trying to work the shot, trying to spin around.
Sechrist stays down there. And now we get set for the final 8 seconds of the second period here at 174. 6-3, Carrie on top of Sechrist, and spins away does Jared Sechrist. 6-3, minute 26 of riding time for Spencer Carrie here, and we go to the third, John.
Yeah, Sechrist wrestling a great match here. Just Carrie is able to counter everything he's been able to do, try to get the takedown so far, and double him up 6-3 as we head into the third period.
Get back to the middle, and Sechrist has some catching up to do. About minute 50 to go in the third frame, and Sechrist spins around and now tries to go low. Carrie gets in on that left leg and gets around back. Not a takedown yet, and there it is. 8-3 is the score.
So we can see, why Carrie's so highly regarded just in what he's doing here in this match. Up 8-3 over Jared Sechrist. Sechrist obviously is a very solid wrestler and taking it to him, but Spencer Carrie's too much so far with the 8-3 lead. 8-4, excuse me. He was awarded an escape there at the edge of the mat.
So Sechrist does get up. Minute 20 to go. We'll have some catching up to do here, John, but he's contended with them well. It just seems like Carrie's been able to get around back a few moments. And
yep. Oh, he's in on another shot. Sechrist is. He's got the left leg of Carrie. Once again, Carrie's able to get out of that.
It's been aggressive, just not able to notch those takedowns. It's Jared Sechrist. And minute 43 of riding time racked up by Carrie, so he's about ready to clinch that extra point to give him a 5-point cushion in theory with 50 seconds to go. Few shots taken, nothing there. Some hand fighting in the middle. We'll get Chance on right after this. Do apologize about that. Looking forward to having Chance up here, and we appreciate him stopping by to chat with us, and we'll get his mic situated here during this upcoming break. But intermission we should go, and unless Sechrist can rattle something off here, it should be 12-6 Lockhaven. Heading into the intermission here at the 174 spot, Lockhaven and Navy.
Yeah, the crowd's still into it here at this match, even with 15 seconds left. Sechrist down 8-4.
And now Sechrist is away. 10 to go in the third. It'll be 9-4 with that riding time at 1:43. Last shot taken by Carrie, and if he can make something happen here, he can try to get some bonus points.
By Sechrist.
And there's nothing there. 9-4 heading into the break. We'll step aside for a few moments. Lockhaven leads 12-6 to the team. All in all, a successful first 5 bouts for LHU, but they've lost the last 2 to nationally ranked guys on Navy's end. Coming back in a few moments with Chance Marsteller on the Bear Country Sports Network.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services, or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
First Quality in Lockhaven and Macklehattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lockhaven and Macklehattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Play Holiday Cash Blowout, the new scratch-off game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with 10 top prizes of $100,000. Pick up the game and play today. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs that benefit older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM this month for your chance to win Holiday Cash Blowout tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
Back with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. Sam Cooperman here with you over at Red Line Area High School. 12-6 after the first 5 bouts here, and we do have Chance Marsteller up with us patiently waiting, and we apologize about not getting him on here in time. But Chance, thanks so much for sticking up with John and I here, and let's talk about the first 5 matchups here in this environment. What did you see out of your Lockhaven Bald Eagles to put them up 12-6 here?
A couple of things I saw that were big. Obviously Clucker coming out and really committing to going big early. That's kind of always been his specialty. Anytime you get 6 points in a duel, big game changer. Shoop just kind of getting back to physically riding somebody and committing to his ride. When he doesn't commit to that ride, it's tough for him to wrestle his best, and we've seen that. But when he commits to his ride, he's at his best. And then the matches, that we're losing, the big things are just like, when we get to our single legs and our high crotches, getting our head in, getting it up, driving through things. I think the biggest thing between Central Michigan tonight is just making sure that we're wrestling at the end of the periods. I feel like either we're giving up points at the ends of periods, or not just being as hard as we can to the very last second till that whistle blows. And that's kind of what Lockhaven's been based off of, that blue collar hard work, wrestling to the very last second. Being the people that always score last. You're starting to see that more tonight. Scoring often and scoring late. So that's super important in those type matches.
Chance Marsteller here with us, and again, we appreciate Chance coming up to chat with us here during intermission. 12-6, Lockhaven, the team score, won the first 3 bouts, just lost the last 2 to nationally ranked guys via decision, and you come out to the second half of the matchup with 184, Corey Hazel set to come out there for Lockhaven. What can he do, Chance, to set the tide and keep the momentum going Lockhaven's way and further distance the Bald Eagles from the Midshipmen?
Anytime you can win, at least half matches in a duel and score some bonus points, you put yourself in a pretty good scenario to win a duel meet. And right now we've done that so far. If, our top 20 guys, our top 15 guys like Hazel and Fellman can start and finish off the second half of the duel, I think we'll be in good shape. Anytime Corey Hazel can score at least one takedown in the match, he normally can win. He's a great rider. He rides tough, he gets his escapes, and he hand fights well on his feet. He doesn't always open up as much, as I know he can. But whenever he does get that 1 or 2 takedowns, I know he can put a match away very quickly. With again, talking about that grit from earlier, with scoring early, scoring late, and wrestling to the whistle blows. He's that kind of wrestler. So as long as he can do that at 184, and then as long as we can finish off strong with Fellman. Fellman will have a tough competitor at the end, I think, with one of the Tribus brothers. But, Fellman just wrestles like he knows how. I think we'll walk away, victorious.
Again, Chance Marsteller here with us. DJ Fellman is the final matchup at 133. He's slated to go against Casey Cobb, a tough kid out of.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Kuna, Idaho is where he is from, and that's a guy that Coach Sharrett on the other end for Navy is happy about that potential matchup if it comes to that. But Lockhaven looking to seal the deal soon here, already with that 12-6 lead. But Chance, let's talk about you for a moment. You've come back here to your home area. You went to high school not far up the road from here, and last year you wrestled in this environment against Arizona State. You had a highly anticipated bout with Josh Shields, where that one went to extras, and you, of course, got revenge on him in nationals. But take me through this kind of setup here at Red Lion, what it means as a District 3 kid to see Division I wrestling right here.
I think it's a big deal for District 3. Not just District 3, more so the York County area in particular. I grew up around here, and this area really, as good as Pennsylvania wrestling is, York County does not get exposed enough as it should. So just this area being able to get exposed is great. In this environment to come on and for people to watch an event like this, they don't know how much work goes into it, not just from both schools, but from all the media, from what you guys do up here. There's a lot of work that goes into it to make this event successful. It was unfortunate. I didn't obviously not like losing last year, but just having the whole, the whole program behind you. I think we were also off to a couple other wins that propelled us to that win over Arizona State last year. I think it just gives, this type of environment just gives all of our District 3 wrestlers and the rest of the team, just that extra little oomph that you need to get it done. So it's a very neat event. It's very great exposure for this area. And hopefully, we can get more and more events like this down here. For me, it's a little disappointing seeing, York County, after, my high school career and whatnot. I would have thought, it would have helped it build it up a little bit faster than it did. and it didn't. So, I hope these type of events are what it takes to really expose the area.
And finally, Chance Marsteller are gracious enough to come up here with us on a night where there's lots of people that you're here that want to see you in the stands and taking some time to speak with us here on the broadcast. But you're training hard right now out in the Lehigh Valley area. Just take me through what your fall has been like as you gear up for some important dates.
So for right now, we got the U.S. Open next weekend down in Texas. Top 5 qualify for the Olympic team trials. So that's what we're gearing up for right now. Out in Lehigh Valley, I'm obviously at Lehigh is where Lehigh Valley Wrestling Club's at. And, we train almost every day of the week, kind of just like anything else, except now it's my job. And even though I feel like it's always kind of has been, it's what you love to do and you get paid to do it. So that's a plus. The training regiment's very tough. Coach Buxton's my new coach there. He does a great job preparing you for events. All summer long, we were all over the place. I spent, probably a good, month and a half at the Olympic Training Center throughout the entire summer out in Colorado. Went to Belarus. I lost over in Belarus, but wrestled number 2 guy in the world, lost 9-6 or 11-6. So just getting that exposure was great against that Russian. And then this summer, my brother made the Greco World Team, so I went and watched Worlds in Kazakhstan. So just really getting traveled, more experience, getting that feel, and just kind of treating yourself like a pro, and because that's basically what it is at this level, and that's kind of just what we do. We wrestle for a living, and we're preparing to try to make Olympic and World teams right now, and but it is very nice to be able to come get out of that environment for a day or two and come down here and watch my guys, the guys, that I put in a couple years with, and just be here in their environment to support them tonight is great. It gets me excited.
Well, Chance, we're happy to have you up here with us. Thanks again for coming up. I'll let you go back down with your guys and enjoy the second half of this bout. Thanks so much for coming up. Appreciate it, Chance.
Thanks. Go Haven.
Go Haven. We're coming right back. More Lock Haven University wrestling coverage live from Redline Area High School. After this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall. 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
We do more. We tell you more. We include more. Hi, this is Karen Willer, owner of Ridgecrest Home Sales. Time and again, customers tell us we've learned more from you in the last hour than from any of the other places we've been. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with a firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage. You tell us what you want, and we'll make it happen, right down to a professional cleaning before key turnover. For most people, your home is the largest purchase you'll ever make. You want an experienced team of contractors that know how to get the job done right the first time. Visit Ridgecrest Home Sales on Route 150, just 1 mile outside of Beach Creek, or visit us online at ridgecresthomesales.com. We're definitely more than you expect.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, S-I-M-P-L-E. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin back with you. There's an exhibition matchup going on right now in front of us. Some U.S. freestyle, including a local wrestler down from the District 3 area. So that's what's going on Matt's side, as we have the intermission between Lock Haven and Navy. 12-6 the score stands at. Lock Haven won the first 3 bouts, and then Navy decisions in the last 2. And LHU trying to get its first dual meet victory of the year, and do so over a pretty deep midshipman team. John, I want to get your thoughts on the first half of this dual meet since we didn't get it before. What did you think of how it shaped up initially?
Well, kind of as expected. Obviously, we weren't expecting bonus points there from Clucker, which is huge. We were, expecting the victory, but those extra points there from that fall was what we have a 6-point differential here coming out of halftime. So just great college wrestling match so far. All of those bouts just very close, obviously, other than the Clucker pin in 40 seconds. But every other one, even number 9 Tanner Schedule, Jared Sechrist comes out and gives him a heck of a match. Or I'm sorry, that was against Spencer Carrie. But every one of those matches was close, competitive, and just a very good college wrestling match so far. Those first 5 matches.
Back with John Conklin here at Red Line Area High School. Lock Haven 12, Navy 6, and the teams come out of their respective locker room areas, and we go to 184 where Corey Hazel for Lock Haven takes the mat. John, what will he need to do in a matchup where he's slated to match up with a guy with a little bit of experience, Andrew Buckley, who's 4-5 on the year and was out in the Maryland dual meet, but he should be out there, and he's a 2-time Missouri state champion. What will Corey Hazel need to do to continue off of what he's been able to do, a strong major decision last week against Central Michigan?
What I expect here out of this match is just another very close match. It's going to come down to who can secure those takedowns. Hazel defeated Buckley 4-2 earlier this season. Buckley, despite the 4-5 record, in addition to that close loss to Hazel, he also has a 5-3 loss to Bolin, who was ranked number 10 out of Virginia Tech. So, very game wrestler. Already, a tight match between those two before, so I'm expecting to see something of the same again, and hopefully Hazel can come out with the victory again.
Well, that's what will need to happen, and we'll have that coming up momentarily here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Corey Hazel ready to get back out on the mat, and he takes it next against the 184 wrestler for Navy, Andrew Buckley. We're coming back to Red Line Area High School after this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall, 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Back to action at Red Lion. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lock Haven up 12-6 as a team. Second half of the dual meet with Navy. 184 Corey Hazel, 13th in the nation for Lock Haven. Tries to get going against Andrew Buckley, the junior that Navy has. And Hazel gets him down, and he has 2 for the takedown, can try to get some back points out on the far side, and he just wraps him up as Buckley flattens in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, Buckley came in for the shot, and Hazel was able to counter right to his back. Gets 2 back points with the takedown, so up 4-0 as they go off the mat.
Hazel did get those back points, as you mentioned. Corey Hazel for Lock Haven, major decision last week, 14-6 over Ben Cushman of Central Michigan. Lock Haven 0-1 as a team, Navy 3-2. Wrestling at a high school gym down in York County, Pennsylvania, and now up and out is Andrew Buckley. Weren't sure if he'd go tonight or it would be Hunter Johns, a freshman who's 0-4 on the year. Buckley more experienced and a better looking resume as he pushes away from Hazel, who's up 4-1 here after that early takedown and the couple back points as well.
Yeah, Buckley coming out like a ball of fire. Went in on that opening shot, and Hazel was able to counter with the big 4-point move. Looks like it's going to be an action-packed duel or match here.
Looks like very different builds between these guys as well. Hazel, a longer guy, and more of a stocky build from Andrew Buckley. Both very strong wrestlers at 184, but certainly a little more length on Hazel's side. And you notice the difference as Hazel tries to get in on a shot low and then high.
Yeah, Hazel came in, almost had that double leg. Buckley was able to sprawl back a little bit and get out of that one.
Low it dead at 116, now 115 in the first. At 184, headgear of Corey Hazel might need to get looked at.
Yeah, I saw a piece of something come off there a little bit ago, and it must have been that headgear there, so they're going to get that taken care of.
So they adjust that right now. 1:15 to go in the first. Hazel was able to get that initial takedown and a couple of back points after it. John, how was he able to do that?
Well, it was just a counter. He came in and tried to get the double leg, and he kind of just gave him a pancake type of a move to his back, and got the 2 points. Buckley, strong as he is, he said he's a stocky kid, was able to fight off his back there and limit that to just the 2 back points. But could have been a huge move there right at the start that match. But it looks like they're going to get ready to go back to action here.
Hazel's got some new headgear. Looks like whatever the backup pair is, it's all black headgear as opposed to the silver headgear that matched his singlet. Not color coordinated, but that's not important right now with a minute to go in the first at 184. Second half of the dual meet. Lock Haven and Navy as Hazel backs away from Buckley, who tried to briefly get in on a shot low. Fight off, back in neutral, 50 to go in the first. Corey Hazel all hog-tied up with Andrew Buckley from Navy. Just trying to gain some leverage at the moment in the middle, and Hazel readjusts. Corey Hazel is...
Hazel almost moving around there in the middle, almost like a boxer, trying to set up his shot.
13th ranked guy in the nation is Hazel. Last year, 2-2 at Nationals, 2-time qualifier, but he's a redshirt senior from Penns Valley. He's someone that Lock Haven will need to really be sturdy in that lineup, as, like you mentioned, boxer-type moves from him. Swivels away from Buckley. Final 10 seconds of the first frame at 184. Last little bit of hand fighting to no avail.
These two are going at it. Like I said, they've already wrestled once this year, so they seem to have a little bit of familiarity with each other. But there's a little head slapping and hand fighting, and just a lot of energy there while they're circling each other on their feet.
Hazel on top to begin the second with a 4-1 lead in hand, and a little bit of riding time, has 18 seconds of it to tack on to whatever he's able to do here. In that 184 matchup back at Lock Haven last week, he rode out the second, but that doesn't happen here. Up in 8 seconds is Andrew Buckley to make it 4-2.
I would think Buckley's a tough guy to keep down with he's got some big legs and a stocky body there, so he was quickly up and out against Hazel.
Minute and a half to go in the second. Corey Hazel looking on some jabs there. Actually, the boxing analogy, it's very accurate with Corey Hazel as he pushes away Buckley. You mentioned they've gotten pretty chippy in this one. Went right up to the whistle.
And that was almost similar to that opening shot there where he kind of stopped him dead in his tracks and almost got the leverage to take him to his back. Buckley able to prevent it that time around, though.
Hazel trying to improve his record to 7-3. As he spins away once again from Buckley. About a minute to go in the second. 184. Sixth matchup out of 10 between Lock Haven and Navy tonight in the Rumble in the Jungle 2. Second year of doing this in a high school gym down in York County, Pennsylvania. Last year, Lock Haven upset Arizona State here. This year, trying to knock off Navy. 12-6 lead in hand at the moment for Lock Haven. As Hazel jumps around in the middle, Buckley tries to fend him off, and now he can't. Quick takedown.
Yeah, that was a nice little ankle pick, able to get him back on his heels and took him right down.
6-2 Hazel, riding time back on. 30 seconds to go in the second. Hazel, I wouldn't necessarily say deceivingly quick, but he can move just so fast. And when he has those takedowns, it's at a lightning pace.
Yep, and it's all, I think, work. He's able to do that from what he's been setting it up the entire match and able to get him in that position to be able to take advantage of it. And when he does, he executes.
When we talked to Lock Haven two-time All-American Chance Marsteller during intermission as Buckley nearly gets up, but cannot in time, keeping it at 6-2 with a minute of riding time for Hazel going into the third. Chance mentioned his confidence in Hazel, and his ability is one of the upper echelon wrestlers in the nation. Has bottom for the third, and Buckley will really have to scrap for some points. He's down 4 at 6-2, and Hazel should get up pretty quickly here.
That's certainly high praise coming from one of the legends of Pennsylvania wrestling, Chance Marsteller.
Hazel up in 8 seconds. It's 7-2. Jumps around a little bit. Corey Hazel trying to potentially get some bonus points here. Lock Haven is a team up 12-6.
Corey Hazel looking like Roy Jones Jr. out there.
Goes low and slips away. Hazel now tries to whip around back. He is quick, and he keeps the right leg in and earns a takedown as they're out of play after that.
Now we're getting chippy. That's referee's going to have to get them calmed down before that gets a little out of control.
It's 9-2 Hazel.
And that's exactly what's happening. Referee talking to both wrestlers. I'm sure giving them both a warning. That better not happen again.
Hazel on top with a minute 28 to go in the third as Corey Hazel trying to secure victory here in 55 seconds of riding time. He's right on the cusp of potential major decision here, and he'll look to do that. Last year at the Rumble in the Jungle, a 3-2 victory for him over Jason Peterson of Arizona State. Maintains his riding position on top of 184 guy Buckley out of Navy, but he now gets away to make it 9-3 on the escape. Hazel now goes low again, gets him at the ankles, and wraps him up. 2 more for Hazel.
Hazel putting on a clinic here. I know there's already been a little chippiness, and now Buckley is probably frustrated, so hopefully we don't see anything ugly here in the closing minute of this match.
55 seconds to go in the third. 11-3, Corey Hazel. Dominant performance here at Red Lion, and his coach Scott Moore giving instructions.
So we got a major already. We got the riding point locked up, so basically up 9. Even if he gets up and out here, he's still in position for a major decision.
It's 11-3 now, and as you mentioned, John, there is that riding time to factor in there, but Hazel can try to do something crazy down the stretch here. You never know. But Buckley talked about it. With his build, he's a tough guy to flip around. Just a lot of girth to him.
Right. No, Hazel's done a great job of taking advantage of the aggressiveness of Buckley and able to counter those things with his athleticism and quickness and score those points.
Hazel remains on top. Buckley flustered and has no way of getting out of this. Corey Hazel rides for over 2:15 and wins by a final score of 12-3 to make it 16-6. Lock Haven with a major decision. Hazel wins at 184. Back for 97 after this on the Bear Country Sports Network. About 7 to 10 upcoming.
First Quality in Lock Haven and McElhatton is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and McElhatton for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
WQBR, the Bear, cutting edge country.
Impressive stuff from Lock Haven's Corey Hazel at 184. Brings the match score to 16-6. Lock Haven over Navy. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. the Rumble in the Jungle 2 at Red Lion Area High School. Division I Wrestling down in York County. 197 is the 7th weight class of the night. Jacob Kozar for Navy, local kid from Dillsburg. He's 7-3 on the year. Battles Lock Haven's Blake Reynolds. Reynolds tries to fend off Kozar, who gets around back for a quick 2.
Yeah, Kozar is impressive so far in this match, but impressive so far this season with what he's been able to do. Those 3 losses are to Connell by a point for Penn State, Pagano from Rutgers, who's ranked number 16 and is a 4-2, and then a 2-point loss to Jaron Smith of Virginia Tech. So as a freshman, he's put together quite an impressive resume so far, and he's out to a 2-0 lead here early in this match.
A guy that Joel Sharrett is very high on. Said the family that's also very big into wrestling from this area, of course, you would imagine. They brought down a small bus for the Maryland duel last week.
Oh.
Kozar remains on top.
And Kozar's brother, Kyle Kozar, I remember him back in high school as well, but he went on to be an All-American at Messiah College.
And that's who Lock Haven wrestles tomorrow. One of the 3 teams Lock Haven has in the Messiah duels taking place down here. Some of the guys that usually aren't in the lineup might get to be out there, but right now, Kozar riding tough. 2-0 lead for him. 50 seconds on top of Reynolds, right in the middle of the mat. Minute 45 to go in the first.
Yeah, Reynolds trying to get up and out here, try to spin around and get that reversal.
Right now, not looking too good for him. He's in a bridge pose, and Kozar just locking his right arm in. That's what Navy needs, down 16-6 as a team. And Kozar in that loss to...
Reynolds continuing to work. I could see him. He's getting some movement there, trying to come back around. Kozar still able to control him, however.
Riding for the last minute 33 and counting. Minute to go in the first at 197, and Joel Sharrett stands up, gives some instructions. Navy looking to get itself back into this matchup and might have an edge at 285 as well. It still is up for grabs as a dual meet, but Lock Haven, big swing of the pendulum at 157 with Alex Clucker pinning Scout Schedule in 40 seconds.
Yeah, Reynolds momentarily had that head locked up and just didn't have the strength to be able to pull him through with that. So broke the lock and remains in the bottom position. Kozar controlling him.
Dominant first from freshman Jacob Kozar. 2:15 and counting of riding time in this first. He got Reynolds down, and it's just been a clinic, as you mentioned, John, since then. 15 seconds to go in the first. And Reynolds will have to readjust. Last week did not wrestle in the dual meet for Lock Haven against Central Michigan. McClellan got the call in that one, but it's Reynolds tonight. Gets a try, and Kozar puts in work. First 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was, like you said, impressive first period. Takedown and racked up 2 minutes and 39 seconds of riding time. So a dominant 2-0 advantage heading into the second period for Kozar.
Now on top is Reynolds to start the second. Try to keep Kozar down. Guy that finished 4th and 3rd in the state his last 2 years in high school, and last year was at the Naval Academy Prep. That's been a recurring theme with some of the guys in the team, and we were talking about it off air before the match started, John, that a lot of these guys, they get 4 years of eligibility at Navy. They don't redshirt guys there, and there's plenty of schools that do that, but some of the guys will go to prep school for a year down in Annapolis to get themselves prepared for the Naval Academy, and still freshman eligibility-wise, even though age-wise he's of a sophomore year.
Yeah, correct. And basically serves the same purpose as a red shirt as far as the athletics go. I'm sure not the same thing as what they're going through there at the prep school, but serves the same purpose. And Kozar coming in impressive as basically a red shirt freshman here.
Really tough for a while for Reynolds. He stayed on top of him for 51 seconds, but then a reversal from Kozar on the left side of the mat. 4-0. Jacob Kozar of Navy in control with the riding time back his way. Still over 2 minutes of it for him, and now there's under a minute to go in the second. Lock Haven not well positioned at 197 in this matchup.
Not so far. Kozar has been pretty dominant. Reynolds has been game so far, certainly coming out, trying to force some action. Kozar's just been too strong so far.
Now Reynolds tries to flip around, but Kozar right there with him as his left arm locked underneath the body. Blake Reynolds got the start at 97. At the heavyweight spot next, Lockhaven gets Trey Hartsock, and he'll have to battle another impressive freshman on the other end, John Birchmeier.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Mr. Birchmeier. Seems like quite a specimen there, 245-pound heavyweight, athletic heavyweight. Has had some impressive matches so far in his career, but first we got 197 here as Kozar continues to dominate from the top position.
Tries to tilt those wrists in the final seconds. 2:59 of riding time, 4-0 lead for Kozar going into the final period here, and he'll try to get some bonus points. His team is down 10, and you start to do math all of a sudden as you work into the back end of a dual meet. This is matchup 7 of 10. 10 points needed here. Navy well positioned to lessen the gap right now, and the Midshipmen will try to get any points they can with Kozar on top to start the third.
Yeah, it's interesting depending on how these matches go. Last match, I believe, is against Casey, Cobb, and Fellman, who have had a close match already this year, and if it comes down to that match, it could be a barn burner for the dual meet.
And Coach Sharrett for Navy, he was excited about the potential opportunity of what Cobb can do, getting another crack at Fellman, as Kozar just has the left leg of Reynolds tucked underneath, and no problem on top of him. Just 90 seconds to go in the third. 197 is got all to Navy. 4-0 lead. The riding time has long been secured, and now it's potential thinking for Kozar. How can he tilt Reynolds over and trying to get some back points to work this towards a major?
Yeah, he's got that leg locked, and he's got, they're calling him stalling on the bottom. Given the position he's in, I'm not sure, not much that he can do. He's trying to get up and out, but, technically by the rules, I guess he is stalling from the bottom position. It's more or less Kozar just being so dominant. Has his leg locked up, has his arm barred, now up on the head, and just really tough in the top position, and kind of rare to see that out of a freshman, to be honest with you, at the college level.
And he's a kid that's battled some tough opponents already, and he'll look to continue to do so at the Naval Academy this year. Only a freshman. He's ridden for 4.5 minutes. Reynolds tries to get up.
Another stall call, so that's going to be a point awarded for Kozar.
It's 5, and it'll be 6 with the riding time, but that's not enough for a major. He'll need to make something happen here in the final 20 seconds. Still riding on top. Kozar just trying to angle Reynolds down. Reynolds on his knees, and that's all he gets.
Kozar just punishing from the top position there.
Yeah, this is just one-sided to the nth degree. Final seconds come to an end. It's 6-0 Kozar, and imagine Reynolds is just ready to get up at this point. That was one-sided, and now we go to 285. It's 16-9 Lockhaven, but LHU at the heavyweight spot will try to make something happen with Trey Hartsock here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin returning to Red Lion Area High School. The Rumble in the Jungle 2, Lockhaven and Navy square off. 16-9 Lockhaven lead after 7 bouts. 3 more to go. Navy trying to inch its way back into this dual meet, and John Birchmeier, freshman for Navy, 4 decisions, 1 pin, 5-5 on the year. Goes against Lockhaven's veteran Trey Hartsock out of Lewistown, Pennsylvania. 4-4 on the year, and he battled tough last week against number 7 Matt Stencil out of Central Michigan, and he'll try to knock off a guy with less experience than him, but a little more size.
Yeah, a little more size. Usually Hartsock is much more outsized, and that was his issue last week against the heavyweight there at Central Michigan, and just it came down to a size thing, and usually Hartsock, like I said, is a smaller heavyweight and is not able to overcome that. So this one we got two smaller heavyweights, even though Hartsock's still outsized a little bit, but two athletic guys, and it's bound to be a more exciting heavyweight match here than we normally see, I would think.
Hartsock and Birchmeier hand fight there. We talked about it on the pre-match, but Birchmeier's coach, Joel Sharrett, says he's 245 and he can do split. He can do backflips. We're talking about that elite level of athleticism. His dad played football at Ohio, his uncle at Michigan State, and his cousin is a defensive lineman at Vanderbilt right now. Athletic family, and he tries to put in work against Lock Haven's Hartsock, who can get his team in a favorable spot here, the victory.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when he came running out in the mat. Maybe they should get him suited up tomorrow at the link. I could see him running, lead out of that wing T formation that Navy likes to run.
Well, Navy will be there. These wrestlers, that's their next stop. They're getting, and of course, everything regimented at the academies. 36 hours is what their break will amount to. Their coach says is tied up with 1:20 to go in the first. Nothing at the heavyweight spot. They got 36 hours, get to cheer on their classmates that are playing in the Army-Navy game at the link and get them back. They just had finals week at the Naval Academy, and then it's on to prepping for the Southern Scuffle. Lock Haven will be there as well. No more dual meets for Navy until after the calendar flips. Minute to go in the first. Nothing. Hartsock having trouble gaining any kind of leverage against Birchmeier, who throws him away.
Yeah, interesting that these two teams it's a scuffle again. That'd be the third time, basically, two different tournaments, and it's this dual meet, obviously, that these wrestlers could be facing each other.
Well, it's interesting because these teams don't face very often in dual meets. The last time a dual meet featuring these teams happened, it was in the early 90s. Only the third time, according to the game notes, that these teams have ever squared off in a dual meet, but they were against each other in the Navy Classic in November, of course, at Navy. They're here now at Red Line Area High School, and annually, in the Southern Scuffle, Lock Haven's always there. Navy's usually there. These are guys that'll see each other, and of course, in nationals, you never know who you end up in. This is Hartsock and Birchmeier stay knotted up.
Yeah, I have written down there. They faced each other back-to-back seasons in 90-91 and 91-92, with Navy taking both of those dual meets. So LHU, in its history, is 0-2 against Navy, trying to get their first win here.
16-9 Lock Haven lead after 7 bouts, and this is the 8th, and we're at 285, where Hartsock of Lock Haven is on top of Birchmeier to begin the second. Talk about Birchmeier's athleticism. Can he free himself of Hartsock? And right now, Trey riding pretty tough for the first 10 seconds here. Let's see what he can do.
This looks pretty evenly matched, and like I said, usually Hartsock at a size disadvantage. Not so much this time, and can possibly take advantage of his athleticism here against Birchmeier.
Lock Haven's won 4 of the 7 bouts, and one of those was the Alex Clucker pin at 157 as Birchmeier up in 30 seconds or so. Makes it a 1-0 lead after the escape for the freshman from Virginia, 4-time state title winner there. Remain in the middle as Hartsock pushes away and looking for an opportunity. Very few shots taken thus far. Side to side they go. Minute to go in the second. Heavyweight bouts typically are lower scoring in theory.
I was expecting a little more action, but we could still get that as they set each other up for their shots. We could see, some flurries here at the end of the second or through the third period.
Have to wonder if Lock Haven's former heavyweight standout Thomas Haynes, who's sitting a couple rows behind the LHU bench here, Matt's side tonight, have anything to say to Hartsock heading into the third, or if he's just sitting down and watch. But now Birchmeier ready to do more than watch, gets a shot in on the right leg. Crowd wants 2. Nothing called yet.
Nothing called. He didn't get that second leg.
And let's see if they get out of play.
He still has the whizzer in at the edge of the mat, so no control. That might be 2. Yep, there it is. So Birchmeier with 2.
3-0 Birchmeier. Hartsock had the riding time advantage. That, of course, lessens now. Final seconds of the second period. 3-0 for John Birchmeier, the Virginia native and heavyweight wrestler for Navy. He's trying to get over the 500 mark in his individual record this year and keep his team very much alive in this dual meet. A decision will make the score 16-12 and make it a 4-point dual meet with 2 bouts to go. Hartsock up in a couple seconds, make it 3-1. Birchmeier seemed to willingly let him up, as of course he's looking to score some points here.
Yeah, Hartsock, obviously we can get a takedown, tie this thing up. We have a match coming into the last minute and a half.
At 125, which is next, Lock Haven won't have Luke Warner out with a sprained ankle. It happened when he was taken down by Drew Hildebrandt at the end of the Central Michigan dual meet last week. So not having your starter, who's got the most wins on the team right now. As far as guys that aren't redshirting, John Ross has the most wins overall, but he's taking a redshirt year.
But as you said, the dual meets are important, but they're looking at postseason. In Lock Haven's case, the MAC championship, and then on to NCAA. So it's more important to be healthy for that time of year than it is now. So certainly, the right move, I would say, to keep him out of this dual meet.
No question about it. Minute to go in the third. Very minimal action affair right now at 85. It's 3-1 in favor of Birchmeier of Navy. Team down 16-9, can get it to 16-12 or potentially closer. Riding time won't be a factor in this one. Hartsock dances around, gets away from Birchmeier, and they're out of play to the right side. And 35 seconds to go in the third. Lock Haven's bench was a little flustered as Hartsock seemed to be pushed down a little late, and Nate Carr Jr. was up, as was volunteer assistant Ryan Solomon, who coaches the heavyweights.
Yeah, it's a little bit, seemed to be a little chippy, like the match earlier, the Hazel match. But coming down to the wire here with about 20 seconds left, Hartsock down by 2 points. He tried a weak shot there, wasn't able to get anything out of it.
Well, even though Hartsock's
clubbed down in the back of the head by Birchmeier.
He tries to go low. He was aggressive. It doesn't work out. Takedown for Birchmeier. Gets around back. Now trying to wrap up the wrist and maybe make something happen in the final seconds. He cannot. Blow it dead. 5-1. Birchmeier wins 16-12. The team score. Lock Haven and Navy come down to the final two bouts on the Bear Country Sports Network. Back to Red Lion.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brewhouse in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brewhouse, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
Second to last bout at the Rumble in the Jungle 2. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you. Lock Haven and Navy. And a 16-12 affair right now. Lock Haven with the 4-point edge. And we go to 125 where Lock Haven does not have Luke Warner available. Out with a sprained ankle. So his high school teammate, Matt Maloney, takes his spot. 6-9 on the year. 2 pins and a major for him. 2-time state qualifier. Goes against a Kansas native, Noah Treister, who's 6-3, 4-1 in dual meets. Here in the lightweight spot. Shake hands in the middle, and there we go. Silver singlets for Lock Haven, Navy singlets for Navy.
So this is getting interesting here. We got the backup 25-pounder for Lock Haven. You got Treister. I believe it's Logan Treister. But he's had some, he's been in some tough matches so far. It's a tough task for the backup here, the freshman Maloney, to come in and expect him to get a win, which would be awesome if he could, and possibly put this thing out of reach. But if he's on the losing side of that, he needs to, stay off his back, obviously, try not to give up the bonus points. But either way, it's still going to come down to, that final match there, which we've all expecting to be a good match and maybe the match of the evening. So,
a little poke in the eye here, it looks like, is Treister, and it is Logan Treister. Apologize to Mom and Dad and everybody back home, and the Treister fans out there. That's on me. Opening 35 seconds at 125, 0-0. And Matt Maloney, if he can do something here, not only could he potentially clinch the dual meet here, and he would if he gets a decision. I mean, you talk about momentum swing for him, and he tries to go in on the right leg of Treister, who fights him off well as they're down face-to-face.
Yeah, Treister, like I said earlier, I think in the lead into this match, he has a close loss to a number 20 ranked wrestler from Virginia Tech, and also lost a 1-point decision there to Brody Teskey in the Penn State duel. A win by Maloney would be gigantic, like you said, to seal the dual meet, but also to knock off a very solid wrestler in Treister.
Minute 40 to go in the first. Lock Haven really an influx of lightweight guys this year. Last year didn't have as many options at 125, but Luke Warner was consistent and is consistent this year. Has a 15-3 record, but of course a little banged up as now Maloney gets taken down to the outside of the mat. 2 for the Treister takedown, 2-0 lead for Navy's 125 wrestler in the second to last matchup of the evening.
Yeah, the Navy bench erupted. They thought he was going to take him over to his back. So Maloney able to prevent that and just limit it to the 2-point takedown.
About a minute to go in the first at 125, and now Treister tries to make something happen. He's a junior from Newton, Kansas. He was a 2015 113 state champion there. Used to this lightweight spot in the lineup. 50 seconds to go in the first. Remains on top of Maloney. Struggles to find some room to get up. Really crafty maneuvering by Treister. Every time Maloney tries to get his hands up, it just smacks him right back down. Now they're out of play with 36 seconds to go at the first quarter of 125.
So Matt Maloney, as you mentioned, out of Bethlehem Liberty, which is the same school as
Luke Warner.
Yeah, Luke Warner's. Excuse me. So it's interesting that they have both 125-pounders from the same high school. But
well, you talked about it last week, John, the Beth Liberty connection that Lock Haven's got.
Yeah, correct. Jody Karam was the coach. I believe he resigned after last season there, but was a longtime coach at Bethlehem Liberty. His brother Jeff, also a LHU wrestler, coach at Bethlehem Catholic.
Final 10 seconds of the first. Left leg of Treister underlocked with Maloney's, and Maloney has been ridden the last 128 of the first period. He's down 2-0, and Lock Haven's backup 125 wrestler trying to make something happen here. They go into neutral. Well, initially it looks like that. Maloney's on top to start the second. Treister takes a couple breaths, and John, what did you see out of him when he was on top? How was he able to keep Maloney down there?
Just working that, trying to work that arm bar. Had his legs locked in there on him. Able to counter everything that Maloney tried to do to get up and out.
And he gets up for an escape and nearly trying to get a reversal. Maloney was able to spider away from that. 3-0 lead for Treister. Minute 40 to go in the second. Now they're in neutral, and Maloney to the front side of the mat. Tries to make something happen, and you can never really gauge the strength of guys, especially at the lightweight spots, but it seems like there's a lot of strength on Treister just from the eyeball test here.
Yeah, the energies, you can see the Navy, the bench there, starting to really get into it here, sensing they could, with a win here, could get back in and possibly
almost a takedown.
Yeah, possibly come out with a dual victory, though. So Treister with a takedown there to make it 5-0.
Treister now going to work when he's back on top, and minute 10 to go in the second, and you get some, talk about bonus points here. It's going to come down, it seems like, unless a comeback can happen here from Maloney. It'll come down to the final matchup, which is one we were excited about.
Yep.
133, Lock Haven's got DJ Fellman, two-time national qualifier, going against Casey Cobb, a talented kid out of Idaho for Navy, as Maloney earns his first point of the match, gets an escape to the left side, down 5-1. Final 40 seconds of the second, Maloney attempts a shot on the legs, pushed away, and now Treister with a little bit of leverage.
Yeah, Maloney able to get his hips back on that, prevent that takedown attempt, which was nice. So he's down 5-1 here with 23 seconds left in the second period.
And he's in nearly a 6 as far as riding time is concerned. There's a minute 43 of that for Treister. So he needs to ride for a little bit, or just let a few seconds go by in neutral in the third before he can have that wrapped up. Back to the middle they go. 7.9 to go in the second. 5-1. Matt Maloney, the freshman from Bethlehem. Eyes down Treister, and they go to the third. 16-12 Lock Haven is the team score. LHU looking to find a way to close out this dual meet. It would really take a miraculous comeback from Maloney to do so, but if he does, Lockhaven will have secured it before the 133 bout.
Yep, so Maloney chooses down to start the third period.
He is down, and on top is Logan Treister. Really burrows himself on top of Maloney, and he's got
with
riding
the
time.
crossface. He's trying to work that cradle there.
Keeps him down.
Now controlling that left wrist as well.
Minute and a half to go in the third, and you talked about the Navy bench being pumped up.
So that was a stall call on Maloney, which was the second stall. So 1 point awarded. Now Maloney up and out for the escape. So we got a 6-2.
6-2, and then, of course, that riding time is now officially captured. It's essentially 7-2, working with a 5-point lead in theory is Treister, and it's one of those things that Coach Sharrett for Navy talked about with his younger wrestlers.
So another stall call against Maloney and another point awarded.
Maloney pushed down near the hardwood. It's 7-2, but he talked about it at 197 with Jacob Kozar. What cost him a matchup in the Penn State dual meet is not understanding the riding time. That's a tough thing to get adjusted to in college, but Treister, a junior, he's aware of it. Leads 7-2, and in theory 8-2 with just under a minute to go.
Yeah, so either way, even with the major, obviously it'd be tied up heading into the last one. Even at 16-15, it's going to come down to that final match.
And whatever happens, whoever comes out on top of it in any fashion should have the dual meet as a team. But Navy in unison, everybody.
Another stall call against Maloney, another point awarded.
That's 8-2. Maloney's got to do something here because it's now a 7-point advantage with that riding time, and the clock's not on. The clock is not on here, and nobody senses it. This is interesting. Well, now they start it. The clock started late, and Maloney is on top. Maloney awarded a takedown, 8-4, and the clock stops at 32 seconds.
So
now to reset the time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Referee went and stopped. After the points were scored, stopped the match to go over to reset the clock. We working the clock at state tournament last year. We had a similar issue. That did not happen, and it ended up coming down to the end of the match, and there was a big controversy. That's the proper way to handle that. Stop it, get it set before you come down to the end of the match, so there is no controversy.
And I want to acknowledge this because I think I'm right on this. I'm going to take the gamble because I could in theory be wrong, but I broadcast a Bucknell matchup last week where I believe the same official was on hand. I believe this is Jesse Rawls, who is a successful wrestler in the Harrisburg area.
Susquehanna Township, correct.
I believe it's him. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive I'm right. So you mentioned regardless of who it is, he handled it well, but 9-4 on the escape is.
No, if that is Jesse, I did not recognize him, but I remember him well from his days at Susquehanna Township.
In low goes Maloney, and he spins away. 9-4, he's down. It'll be 10-4 with the riding time. Final 8 seconds. They get after it. They're knotted up. Length advantage to Treister. He tries to get a shot in and another, and it's done. 10-4 with the riding time to even the score. 16-16 going into the final bout. We'll keep it right here. DJ Fellman for Lockhaven. Casey Cobb for Navy for the dual meet. It comes down to the final bout, John. This is what you sign up for when you hope when you go into a dual meet.
Yeah, actually, I was expecting this and looking forward to this match, thinking it was going to be the second one of the evening. But the way they started at 141, this is like perfect that it's coming down to this for the dual meet, which was, I believe, a 7-4 victory for Fellman when they faced each other earlier this year. So obviously a close match. Pressure's on Fellman, try to get this dual meet victory. Obviously the pressure on Casey Cobb as well to try to win the duel for his team. So just a great way to end this thing. Two really good college wrestlers going at it, and the crowd is really getting into it.
Yeah, well, the crowd now is ready to see what will be the final bout of the night between Lockhaven and Navy here on WQBR. It says 16-15.
Yeah, it wasn't a major, so it was just 3. It was 16-12 there, so 16-15. Either way.
It was at 16-12, you're right. Memory escaping me for a second. But regardless, whatever happens in this matchup will decide it. 16-15, Navy and Lockhaven. LHU and Navy. Lockhaven looking for its first dual meet victory of the year, coming in off the loss against Central Michigan.
Navy coming off a win against Maryland, which was their 900th victory or win in the program's history. So Lock Haven trying to get their first win against Navy and hold them to their 900th win, not 901. So just a great college match here.
Yes, and fans here in a high school gym get to witness it. Fellman for Lock Haven comes in 7-5. Struggled at points in the year, took 5th in the Navy Classic, but last week won a major division. Tries to fend off Cobb, who you mentioned they wrestled together earlier in the year. Fellman can't get around back. And
so Cobb comes back in on a reshot, has Fellman's left leg. Fellman able to sprawl back now and break that hold.
Stand up, face-to-face left side. Winner of this match wins it for their team in the dual meet. Lock Haven and Navy. Back to the middle, DJ Fellman, 2-time qualifier. Cobb, an older guy, he's a junior, but he graduated high school in 2014. He did a Mormon mission a couple of years in Chile.
Okay. You said he's from Idaho?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
He's from Idaho. Big Latter-day Saints population out there.
Correct.
Under a minute 30 to go in the first. Sizing each other up. Last year to end the Rumble in the Jungle against Arizona State, even though the dual meet was secured. You had 2 top 5 guys going at it in a match that went to double overtime. Fellman trying to get some leverage on what looks to be a longer Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb has some length on him, which obviously makes it difficult trying to complete some of those takedowns and to ride him out, on top from the top position.
Fellman tries to go
There's
low.
a nice shot.
He gets a grasp of those legs, but can he flip him over? Under a minute to go in the first.
Yeah, Cobb's over his back. This is one of those ones that a lot of times ends in a stalemate. And that's what the referee calls there and restarts him back in the center of the mat.
41 seconds to go in the first. Back in the middle they go. Side to side, Fellman and Cobb. Winner of this matchup takes the dual meet. Lock Haven, silver singlet, Navy in the navy blue singlet.
So both these wrestlers really taking some shots, really going at each other. I'm just, this is just a great way to end this dual meet.
Looking around the crowd, nobody looking in their phones now. It was
No.
a pretty attentive crowd to begin with, but even more so in a matchup that decides this thing. Final 10 seconds at 133. This is the final weight class. We started at 141. DJ Fellman, a 2-time national qualifier for Lock Haven, and an experienced Casey Cobb for Navy. And they have zeros next to their names after one period.
I see a youth wrestling group, and it looks like they're heading for the exits. I'm thinking, parents, why would you leave now?
I'm hopeful that maybe they're getting a better vantage point and they're going around to the other side of the match.
I'm not sure. You'd want to stick around and have the kids see the end of this one.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of traffic getting out here, but this is what you sign up for.
Yeah, exactly.
You're seeing some very talented wrestlers. Fellman on bottom to start the second. He can earn an escape point here, and he does. Nice little flip, 1-0 Fellman. Fellman and Cobb faced already. Fellman won that one a decision, and Fellman has his right leg grabbed and now his left. Cobb looks to take him down. Can't just yet in the middle. Now he's close to it.
So Fellman over his back. Cobb trying to pull him in, get the hips back out, get the takedown. Fellman obviously trying to prevent that from happening. Now Fellman has his arm. He's got his back exposed. Now has his head wrapped up with the leg there. He's got his back exposed. They're not calling it. Now it is. There's the 2 there, and he's going to get a count out of that as well.
Lock Haven's whole coaching staff in unison was saying 2, but it's already DJ Fellman's sizable advantage. We'll see what it amounts to, whatever Jesse Rawls decides there. As DJ Fellman on top of Cobb, you have to wait and see if Cobb can get himself up here with 50 to go in the second. He does. DJ Fellman will have
he got the
7-1 lead.
Yep, 4 back points out of that. Rawls, the bench was up, yelling for the takedown. The referee was saying that he did not have the back exposed, and finally did get that and got the 4 back points as well. So
30 to go in the second here. Fellman up by 6, and whatever happens, it doesn't matter what kind of victory either wrestler gets, that wins it for their team.
Correct.
Fellman spins away, and Nate Carr Jr., Lock Haven's assistant, claps. Lock Haven looking to win down here at Red Line Area High School for the 2nd straight year. Beat Arizona State here last year. 10 to go in the second at 133. DJ Fellman with the takedown and 4 back points to really separate himself from Cobb at the end of the second, and that's what he does. 7-1 DJ Fellman after nothing in the first, 7-1 Fellman in the second, and it all came from one takedown and a little back work. On top for the third is DJ Fellman.
Yeah, so you're going to see some action here in this last period, I'm believing. Casey Cobb's going to try to come up and out, try to be able to get the takedown then after the escape. So I'm not sure what happened there off the whistle. But the referee's going to get that straightened out.
Trying to get things restructured here. Lockhaven looking to capture its first dual meet victory of the year. Bald Eagle team that slipped down to the top 25 after a loss to Central Michigan last week. A win over Navy would be impressive. Navy's a team with a lot of depth, and Casey Cobb displaying that right here at 133, but now a caution before they can get going with the third period set to start any minute.
So that was a caution on the top guy, Fellman.
Navy's won the last 3 bouts. Lockhaven not having Luke Warner in the lineup at 125 as Fellman remains on top and not for long. Cobb pushes away. It's Warren his second escape in the match. 7-2, he's down. Fellman a 5-point lead, minute 40 to go.
So Fellman's just got to wrestle smart here. Not get called for stalling, but also do what he can to prevent any type of scoring opportunities there from Casey Cobb as we have under a minute and a half here in the match.
DJ Fellman, last year, team leader in wins at 36, and he pushes around with Cobb. Last year, Fellman made his season debut at 33 here against Arizona State. He won that matchup 6-4 against Josh Kramer. Here, he's the one that can decide the dual meet. Minute 5 to go. Still a 7-2 lead. Cobb pressing, and he gets taken down by the ankles. Fellman's got him. 9-2, DJ Fellman leads.
Nice move by Fellman there to come around, get both legs, being able to take him down on the mat at the edge of the mat there, and get the 2 points.
7-point cushion for Fellman. Just has to be smart here in the final 50 seconds, and he should have this thing. You always want to pad your stats, but you of course can't leave yourself susceptible.
Correct.
Luke Warner was on the other end of that last year here against Arizona State, where he was down against Brandon Courtney, but he got a late pin.
Oh, okay.
So it could happen.
I did not remember that.
An escape for Navy's Cobb to make it 9-3. 6-point Fellman lead, 30 seconds to go. Side to side, they march in the middle. DJ Fellman with a victory will put Lockhaven at a victory over Navy as a team. A decision would cap this at 19-15 Lockhaven. Cobb looking to change that to the backside of the mat. 15 to go in the third. Fellman takes a shot, gets the right leg. He's underneath both of them. Can he flip over Cobb and get a few more points and secure this thing? It's only 5 seconds to go. Fellman should just about have it, and he does. The fans clap. Lockhaven has come to Red Lion Area High School, and Lockhaven has defeated Navy. 9-3 the final. DJ Fellman is the man to cap it off for the Bald Eagles at 133. Coach Scott Moore claps, as do all the Bald Eagle fans that have witnessed Lockhaven come down to York County and win for the second straight year. We'll wrap it up after this with John Conklin and myself on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lockhaven 19-15 over the Navy Midshipmen.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lockhaven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lockhaven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lockhaven University sports.
The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
First Quality in Lock Haven and McElhattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and McElhattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, S-I-M-P-L-E. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin here to put a bow on this dual meet between Lock Haven and Navy. It's one that ends in all cheers for Lock Haven. 19-15 the final. The Bald Eagles come out with it here and capture their first victory of the year. And it comes down to DJ Fellman at the end, 9-2. He knocks off Casey Cobb of Navy. John, your takeaways from the dual meet as a whole was a fun environment, and Lock Haven was able to persevere despite losing a few in a row down the stretch to make it close.
Yeah, I mean, any fan of wrestling would have thoroughly enjoyed this dual meet. Just quality wrestlers on both sides, great atmosphere, a dual meet that comes down to the final match, and Lock Haven able to get the victory. DJ Fellman able to get the victory, come out of here 19-15. Just a well-wrestled dual meet on both sides. And with the Navy kids coming in, just very respectful. They go about their business in the right way. The local kid they sent out at 141, that was another thing I'll take away from that. The performance that Mr. Young, I believe his name was, he came out and put on there in front of the home crowd. So just an all-around a great dual meet.
Yeah, credit again, and do want to properly shout him out. So 149, we didn't know he would be out there, but it was Wyatt Long, the Mechanicsburg native, Cumberland Valley High School, wrestling at the Naval Academy. They also had at 197 Jacob Kozar, who got a win, Dillsburg native. So there's some Pennsylvania talent on Navy, and of course having Dan Neff there, an All-American at Lock Haven helps, and that's a coaching staff with a lot of clout to it. Lock Haven does as well. But our wrestlers in the match, John, we were talking about it right after the final match concluded. It seemed pretty self-explanatory. At 157, Lock Haven's Alex Clucker got a pin in 40 seconds over Scout Schedule to really flip the script and give his team a huge edge. And then DJ Fellman caps it off with a 9-2 victory. Yeah,
I think that's a no-brainer right there. Co-wrestlers of the duel. Clucker, like you said, with the big pin. Got that big margin there early on. And then Fellman to seal the deal there at the end against a good Casey Cobb, who was a very game wrestler from Navy. So I think that's a no-brainer.
And fans of wrestling now get to get some autographs from the guys. They get to meet up with them. It's a really special environment, and we're glad we got to bring it to you down here at Redline Area High School. Yep,
it's a family environment. It's a big wrestling family. That's one thing I love about this sport, and it's being shown right here, demonstrated right here in front of us as everybody's getting some pictures, some autographs for the kids, and it's just very special.
Well, we'll be right back to Lock Haven Wrestling on Thursday. LHU hosts Bloomsburg. 6:30 pre-match, 7 o'clock start between the Bald Eagles and the Huskies. Lock Haven goes to the Messiah Duels tomorrow. A lot of guys in the lineup will get some work in, presumably, and wrestle 3 different times. But again, Thursday is the next broadcast, and then Saturday as well, be out at Clarion. So a busy, busy week for the Bald Eagles as they get ready for the home stretch of the 2019 portion of the year, and then they flip to 2020 with the start of the Southern Scuffle. John, any last thoughts on this one?
No, I think I've said it all for the most part. Just a great dual meet. This is what college wrestling, this is what Pennsylvania wrestling is all about. And I think this is exactly the purpose of this showcase event that they have down here in District 3. Just a great representation of that, and a reason why they hold this event every year, or at least 2 years in a row, and hopefully they continue to do that going forward.
Well, the hospitality down here is also appreciated. So I want to shout out everybody at Red Line Area High School, the administration, and Coach Catolo for putting this on. We're happy to be here. They cater this thing. They did everything you could imagine and more to make this a special environment for wrestling. Big thanks to them. Big thanks to our board op, Harvey Specter, spinning the dials in studio. My name is Sam Cooperman saying so long. Again, next broadcast, Thursday, 6:30 pre-match, Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. The local rivalry is rekindled, and we'll have that broadcast for you here on the Bear Country Sports Network. So long. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks for listening to tonight's match. Brought to you by the Broken Axe Brewhouse, Chapel Physical Therapy, First Quality, Ridgecrest Home Sales, Woodlands Bank, Lock Haven University, PSECU, and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Check our calendar through bear999.com